No, I have never played this game before. It's gonna be a blind run 100 days. With that being said, let's start. Welcome, I'm Frapollo94. If you're unaware, this is the third part of a mini-series of 100 days videos on Digimon World games. We've had Digimon World 1, we've had Digimon World Next Order, and now finally, Digitize Decode. A game that, in case you don't know, never left Japan. Yes, this game does not have a Western release. That's why we will play with a fan-made translation on the 3DS version of the game. So the screen will look something like this. Oh, and if you are new to the franchise, Digimons are digital monsters born as a spiritual sequel to Tamagotchi. During the course of their lifespan, yes, because Digimon can die, they are able to digivolve all the way from the in-training level to the mega level. And at last, the goals for these 100 days are very simple. Beat the game, recruit all possible Digimons to the city, and as I mentioned at the beginning, doing all of these while staying 100% blind. I know nothing of this game, and I will not consult guides while playing. Differently from the other two videos, there is the component of surprise. I know nothing and I'm so excited, goddammit! So, make yourself comfy, take some chips, and enjoy the 100 days in Digimon World Digitize Decode! The game begins with two cutscenes. In the first one, we can witness to an incident in a giant laboratory. This leads to a person getting sucked inside of a portal, leaving behind only a pair of glasses. And in the second one, we can see our protagonist, canonically called Taiga. In this universe, Digimon seems to be some sort of competitive online multiplayer game. Despite the fact that all the attempts of Digimon to release online multiplayer games seem to always end in a failure. Our main character is ranked number 3 in the world, and a purple-haired woman seems to be spying on the... Wait a second. Mirai? Mirai from Next Order and Cyber Sleuth? She originated from this game? What? Then wait, then the glasses we saw left behind, and she's the person which got sucked. She got sucked in the digital world. Sorry, it's just the beginning, let's relax. After receiving a cryptic riddle, yes, all the 3 of them, they all get teleported in the digital world after writing Digitize as an answer. Yo, that's the name of the game! We end up finding ourselves in an unknown location, filled with abandoned train wagons. Oh god, you know what I'm happy to see? This gives me so many vibes of the old Digimon anime where some random pieces of human culture were mixed up with the digital world. Let's continue. We get greeted by our partner Agumon, our own Digimon in the online game. He explains our avatar shouldn't be able to look like that, and we shouldn't be able to go around in the wilds, and wants to lead us to File City to be able to understand better what's going on. While going in there, we get interrupted by an evil Betamon. You know it's evil because he has a dark aura on him. Behold, combat! Oh, can I say, at first I was expecting this music to be the boss theme or something, but it's the normal battle theme. Mwah! We're off to a great start. This combat follows the same principle of Digimon World 1. Your Digimon acts automatically, but you can give them orders or use items during the battle. There is also the special move which gets charged automatically and can deal great damage to the opponent. And thank god in here there is not the annoying order menu from Next Order, because if you remember, I complained a lot about how much I think that menu breaks the pace of the battle. Battles are supposed to be fast-paced, you have to think in the thrill of the battle, the dynamic. Oh, finally! There is gonna be time to go more in depth about these specific mechanics during the days. For now, we win our battle and we can start officially with our day 1. Welcome to File City. Oh boy, there is gonna be so much to explore in here, so many Digimon to recruit for the city, but first of all we have to go to the Elder's house and talk to the Elder, Digimon. He mentions how another human has fallen in this world, which means he met our friends already, and then mentions how Digimons decided to leave the city, some because they just didn't like it anymore, others because of some black substance, and then introduces us to Digitter, which is Twitter in the digital world. And here is is where you understand that this is just fiction because there is no toxicity in it. We have our first goal, go back to Betamon and persuade them to go back to the city. Here, the gameplay starts for real. The time is passing, day 1 is officially progressing. Since Digimon told us to fight Betamon, of course we go immediately to do that, and you already know we are gonna talk to every single person in the city right now. Come on, it's the first time I play this game, I want to see everything! And so we start exploring the various facilities, including the Colosseum. One of the main locations of the game, and based on what we saw up to now, the only location that the players of Digimon in real world can actually visit. And as you can see, around the Colosseum there are actual people which are playing the game right now. This was a very good level of world building for what I'm used to with Digimon games. The Battle Mania in here explains some stuff about battles, of course because he's a player which wants to brag about being very good or something. Then back in the city there is a Botamon businessman which wants to sell us bitcoins. Sorry, I meant Digisharks. There is the conventional meat farm, this time handled by Koromon. There is a Guardmon which gives indications. There is a gym where you can train your partner. It's full of Digimons we will get to know better over these 100 days. But for now, maybe it's better to leave the city, reach the railroad plains, and start our adventure in the wilds. Here we have the possibility of going around and fight our first Digimons. After each victory, of course, we gain some money, some stat boost, and maybe some items and skills. And I noticed something. Differently from Next Order, battles require an apparently arbitrary amount of time each to be executed. And in front of this I can only say thank you! Grinding in Next Order was one of the worst things of the game, especially for stats. Since battles require a certain amount of time, it means I will never be able to do that. I will never just have to spend 2 hours to train my Digimon properly. God fucking damn it, what happened when they were making Digimon Next Order? What made them do that decision? In any case, we find Betamon again and the battle starts. This battle in particular, I think is also kind of a tutorial for the player to understand how powerful elemental advantage is in this game. Betamon is using water moves, while we are using fire moves. They get a great advantage in the battle. This is like your rival taking the opposite starter from you in Pokemon Fire Red or something. But luckily for us, it's still just the tutorial and you're able to take the win. Betamon comes back to his senses, the dark aura disappeared, and he comes back to the city. I love battles already. I think there is something in this mix of music, dynamicity of the battles. The battles are very frenetic in here. I don't know why, they seem like they're very fast. After going back home, we receive a Digimail from Betamon, where he thanks us and gives us a gift. This is gonna be a recurring thing in the recruitment system of this game. Every time you help a Digimon, either if they come to the city or not, they are gonna gift you with something. This is a great idea. Since some of the Digimons we will recruit will not do anything in the city but just staying in there, you can at least receive a decent reward for it. And after saving Betamon, Digimon had the best idea ever, enslaving us to refill the city with Digimons so he can do nothing for the whole day! Yay! Child slavery, woo! That is our mission, recruit Digimons for the city. Yes! But how do we go back to the real world? Digimon at this point mentions the Memorial Stella, stone monuments that store the memories of File Island. The way back may be connected to those. We have our goals, recruit Digimons and find Memorial Stellas. But first maybe it's better to find our friends. And talking about coincidence, outside of the Elder's house there is Nico, our IRL neighbor and our friend in Digimon. Nico unleashes the main character syndrome and challenges us to who finds the Memorial Stella first. Nearby we also find our other friend, Akiho, which seems to have great affinity with all sorts of Digimon. While we are despised like the plague, like come on! And this is also the first time we meet up ever, makes sense. In the initial opening she was not even using her real face after all. She wants to go to the Memorial Stella as well, but we don't have to do that immediately. For now, I want to get more familiarized with controls and locations in the city. So I just started going around and fight normal random Digimons, just because I'm having fun, honestly. It's just the beginning, but I'm already feeling excited. Damn, what's gonna happen to my Digimon? How does Digivolution work? How is the gym training gonna work? Are we gonna be able to finish it all? Are we gonna optimize stuff? And Nico and Akiko are already arguing. This Digitize allows us to discover more traits of Nico. First of all, he's ranked number 4 in the online game, so it's below us, and then he's misogynist. This is a man's job! Bro is talking like he's the one which fights against Digimons. If only he knew the rank of Akiho is... spoilers! We start searching for the Memorial Stella, and remember, it's a race, so we have to do it as fast as possible! So we sleep. Day 2. Yes, no worries, not every single video is gonna last 10 minutes. We had to introduce a lot of stuff, it was the tutorial, etc. The video is gonna be very short, no worries. I said this because I want to edit this once I finished recording the audio and laugh at myself. And very happily I start noticing that the game doesn't hold back. Enemies are strong as hell. Okay, we're at elemental disadvantage against water enemies, but they are still strong as hell. And I don't mean to the level of Next Order, where basically when you went against a higher level Digimon you died because you deal like 1 damage. No, I mean more Digimon World 1, where, I don't know, there is a champion which has more HP than your Digimon, but you can still win with some items, etc. You know, that level of difficulty where it's more difficult, but not punishingly incredibly difficult. And we lose a battle. And we lose 1 heart. They have the heart mechanic in this game. Screw Next Order. Next Order ruined the saga. Yeah, I'm sorry, I love Next Order, but seeing these is making me realize how much of a crap that is as a sequel. If we want to win, we have to train more. And in the gym, there is a peculiarity. First of all, and this is a thing I love, every single training machine has an exclusive animation to it. It's not like Next Order, yeah. It's gonna be a rant about Next Order today. And on top of that, there is something I loved. Intermediate training. Do you remember in Digimon World 1, there was bonus training where basically you roll a roulette to be able to get an extra stat boost when you train? In here, it's to the next level. There is some skill involved in it. Each training facility has a special minigame. If you complete it correctly, you're gonna get more stat boost. If you fail, of course, you get less stat boost. Even though, I don't know if it's because of my Nintendo, but I was having some input lag in these games, but nothing you can't get used to. And, another thing I loved, by exploring the menus, I saw you can have some vague hints about how to digivolve into specific forms. Not the specific stats you need, but which stats you should focus on. And I loved it. It keeps the crypticness without removing the surprise effect. And someone apparently charred a meat at the meat farm during the night. That's why they ask us to patrol the area to be sure nothing goes wrong. And Agumon already wants to sleep. We're already at day 3! 2 days passed and we did nothing! So today the first thing we do... Already Digivolution, bro! Relax! Why does it feel so fast? It feels like we didn't do anything! Greymon enters in the team. And we discover the culprit. A Tyrannomon was accidentally burning the meat every single night. Because of this, they decide to leave the city. No, come on, you were just trying to help, don't leave. With that, the exploration of the railroad plains becomes a little bit easier. I wouldn't say very easy because we still have to manage our resources. We don't have that many money to buy restoration items for HP and MP. Therefore, even if we are stronger, we still can die if we fight repeated times. While exploring, we also find our friend Nico, and we can apparently knock or shake one of the wagons. This sounds like boss battle. Does it sound like boss battle? Fortunately, it's just a Tsukaimon which doesn't even remember why they entered in the train, and they decide to join the city. Ah, easy. Before going back to the city to take more supplies, in another train, me and my friend find a black Agumon... Team battles. I have been starving for team battles in Next Order. What the hell happened between this game's development and Next Order? All the good ideas disappeared. What? They are also implemented very well. Even the other Digimon tamer can use items if they want to, if their Digimon is dying or something. But I don't know what to say. For now, this game really feels like an upgrade to the original. After our victory, a mysterious person observes our progresses from a distance. And then, we follow that person with Nico. I will not mention all the rewards we get in the Digimails from the other Digimons, except if they become relevant, but this time it's a card, which automatically shows in this game there are gonna be card collections. And you know what's the best thing? Each card of the game has a full description of the Digimon. Guys, do you perceive how much love there is in this? Can I become a Digimon channel, please? Did you know, for example, that Candlemon Flame at the top has its own soul and its own Digicore, therefore if it extinguishes, it dies? Also in the corner there is written 3P. Maybe P means points, so 3 points, so there is gonna be a point exchange system with the cards. Even better. I am sorry if some of you maybe are gonna be annoyed by the continuous interruptions, but what the hell? And this game never arrived in the West, and we got freaking Next Order?
Crap! This is the worst!
Anyways, we reach the Memorial Stella, and from a weird portal, it arrives. The cutest thing in the world, but of course, it's slightly darker than other Digimons, so of course it's gonna be evil and fights us. The battle is not too difficult. Okay, it's the first boss fight of the game, technically the second if you count Betamon as a boss fight, and also we have the experience of the other Digimon World games, so there is still a huge margin to improve. With our victory, the creature escapes in the portal, and all that remains is a strange item on the ground. Upon pickup, we receive a mail. They talk about an experiment, and about how it was considered a failure, but the one who is talking wants to conclude it no matter what. You know what's curious? After reading this mail, Nico seems slightly concerned, and slightly before the fight, Nico mentioned that this world is his father's... And the person we saw in the intro was blonde and had glasses. You know the meme that to make two people look like a couple, you just make them look like brother and sister? Well, to make two people look like father and son, give them the same hair color and give them glasses. Easy. After the battle, the Stella starts working again, we get the full map of railroad planes in our Digivice, and it's finally time to go back to Digimon... do you see it? Do I need to zoom a little? Just a little bit more? That's Rina! That's the idiot from Next Order and from Cyber Sleuth, blah blah blah. And there she is with a mail! We are on her screen, apparently, and she sees us inside of the digital world. What? Let's stay in touch. Okay, what is going on? And no worries, the confusion will become even bigger, because back at Digimon House, we meet Mirei. Or at least the person we know is called Mirei, but it's still called question mark if I recall correctly. She is searching for the number 1 ranked tamer in the game. I mean, we are 3rd, Nico is 4th. What rank is Akiho? And then Akiho arrives exactly when Mirei leaves. Unfortunately, this Memorial Stella was useless to go back to the real world, but I mean, it's the first 10 minutes of the game, of course you're not gonna go back to the real world immediately. Instead, we receive indications to other Memorial Stellas to fix them too! Okay, is it just me, or is Digimon actually using us to fix the Memorial Stellas? Come on! And that isn't the only thing. Apparently, a Mamimon, a champion-level Digimon, appeared in the Railroad Plains, and Nico wants to defeat him because he thinks he's the hero, the main character. I told you he has the main character syndrome, come on! And at the same time, Akiho is going crazy at the Colosseum entrance. But can I say something? It's not related at all to the story or other stuff, but can I talk about the camera? Again, to some of you this may be very insignificant, but can I say how lovely it is that we are on the left and our partner is on the right whenever we walk on camera? You can see your partner at all times. I don't know, it made me feel even more like I was actually a tamer and I was with my own Digimon going around, chilling and relaxing. And you know, Next Order brutally did the same, except you have 2 partners, so of course, most of times, they were not on screen together, or they were bugging because they were very big and their hitboxes were conflicting or something, so no, Next Order did it bad, okay? It may seem a stupid detail, but it's from details that you can see if someone who worked on something gave their best. Look! Do you see the idol animation of Tokomon on the left? It could have just been him jumping, instead no, they made a second animation where he opens the mouth like a maniac. Okay, that's kinda terrifying. But again, the devil is in the details, not some boring idol animation of Next Order where there are mindless and lifeless characters just jumping around and be like, I'm just saying that they can do a good job if they want, so it makes me feel even more pissed about Next Order result. What? I'm supposed to play the game, I'm sorry. So yeah, Akiho and Biyomon have an argument, Akiho leaves, and Biyomon says, "That's what she said." Do you still remember that meme? Do you... I'm not really into cuckoo girls! Now we have to save Akiho. She may be attacked by random Digimons and be killed. And Biyomon accompanies us? Wait, do you mean Biyomon is gonna join with us in battles? I swear to God, this game. Again, do I need to remind you how in Next Order, the other characters are basically some marionettes which go around here and there, just presenting cutscenes and do absolutely nothing? We find a keyhole near the entrance to Fluorescent Cave, talking with some baby Digimons, and she's happy because she finally has some friends, and in the real world she has none. Oh, this is becoming a little bit too real. Oh, no, wait, we will go back to this in a second. But first, we murder all the baby level Digimons. Can someone slap me in the head and tell me I'm not dreaming? Okay, by the way, the concept of enemies respawning in the battle in waves is very cool, but what the hell? Is it just me, or we are literally bullying babies with a champion level D? Look! That one was carbonized! What's going on? We win the can I even say we win the we win the battle, and Biyomon talking to Akiho makes her go back to her senses. Her doubts are gone because she knows Biyomon is always gonna be there for her. And also it's kinda implied that she was the Nyanko tamer, the tamer ranked number 1, which was being mentioned before by Mireille, but come on, I think all of us kinda realized at that point. And also she says she will tell us more about her after we reach 10th floor in the Colosseum. Let's remember that for later. For now, we cannot proceed into Fluorescent Cave because we need the 15 prosperity in the city. Oh yeah, in case you don't know, every time you recruit a Digimon to the city, your prosperity increases. This basically means, do more recruitments! Fine, we defeat Chumon, and he gives us the ability to cosplay as Jesus and walk on water, which means we can enter into the sunken capital. I was kinda disturbed by seeing a giant Chumon, because in the anime he has always been very small. But okay, I will accept that. And then Kamimon gives us a fishing rod and teaches us how to fish, and then joins the city. Now, let's change completely location. On 2 sides of the city, there is the railroad plains. On the last side, there is the signpost forest. In here, we find Meramon. He wants us to take some green mushrooms for his restaurant, and he cannot take them himself because he's very scared he's gonna burn the forest if he enters in it. So yeah, of course we take our giant fire dinosaur which throws fire at the opponents in the forest, and we collect the mushrooms. During our search, we find Palmon. She is not able to find the way back to the city. We give the correct indications, and she joins too. Day 4! Listen, I promise we are gonna speed up the days, okay? As a reward, Palmon gives us an accessory, and did you notice some Digimons in the city have some weird trickeries on them? Like, there is the Guardian with the hat, there is some other stuff. We can do that too. Wow. Back to the city! Like in Digimon World 1, Palmon is the first upgrade to the meat farm. Now we are gonna get giant meat instead of normal meat, which of course satiates more. In the meantime, we also collected enough mushrooms for Meramon to go back to the city and open up his restaurant, one of the most important places in Digitize. Then we recruit a baby Digimon because we are boring adults and he's scared. How could you be scared? We would never touch children, usually. But here is when we receive an interesting email. Digimon talks about how Digimons in the city are reacting to the Memorial Stella activation and want to digivolve. Our duty is to help them. Okay, listen. Brother in Christ, I understand maybe recruiting Digimon outside of the city, you cannot leave the city, you are the elder, you're supposed to stay here. Why the hell are we supposed to help Digimons in the city to digivolve? Do it yourself! Of course no. And in here there is also Geogreymon. Last day at the Colosseum, Lilamon told us that Geogreymon is the one responsible for the reception for the Colosseum, and without him we cannot participate in battles. He just wants to train with us, and our Greymon is fully ready for it. I think you can clearly see why he was just a receptionist and not a fighter, am I right? But we also get the skill Fire Tower, another tool in our arsenal. Geogreymon now says that the Colosseum is fully functional and we receive a Digimail from our first challenger, TK? You know what's weird? I can think of at least one person with the name TK. Nah, it can't be. For now, let's continue deeper into the forest. Welcome to the sunken capital. The zone we have access to because we are able to walk on water. Even though I feel like we should not be here with our fire Digimon, but there is a smiling apple on the ground which can be sold for some good money, and we also start some quests with Marine Angemon and Impmon. That's it though, we go back to the city after that. I know when to take my risks, okay? And I was not joking when I said apples are very valuable. We get 3,000 bits for 3 apples. Nice. And then we go to the Colosseum. Here we meet a spoiled girl named Lily, which is talking with her butler and also wants to fight us for some reason. Hello, so I am Frappolo 94 of the future after playing the whole game. And in here you can realize my culture of video games is very limited again, because apparently Lily, whose full name is Emily de Rochefort, is a character from Tekken? They made a Tekken cameo in Digimon World Digitize? I mean, honestly, I don't really care about Tekken, but I'm sure some of you will appreciate. Let's continue. Yes, this is our first Colosseum battle, against the beautiful Catherine that Lily keeps mentioning, apparently. I really wonder who the beautiful Catherine is gonna be. I mean, there are multiple Digimons I can think of when I think of beauty, and that is never gonna be one of them. But you know how they say, the tamer reflects the Digimon. Colosseum battles are very simple yet fun. They are completely normal battles, for now, with predetermined items for you and the opponent. Yes, the opponent is gonna use items on their Digimon as well. Apart from that, there is not much else to say, for now. After winning, you get a reward. The first time you win, you get a special reward, all the times after that, supposedly random rewards. But do you know what's the true beauty of these? Multiple of these battles are repeatable, and not only that, they do not consume time. They just had to implement something similar to Next Order, where you have to fight multiple times to grind, but at least this type of grind is not the same as Next Order, because in Next Order you grind to level up, in here you maybe grind to get some money, but it's not that relevant. I started doing some battles. I think the first one was against a trainer with a Renamon. After that there is Tai Kamiya. Can we realize for a second that this game never arrived in here? Wow! I have no idea how this is connected, if it is even connected to the universe of the anime, but I don't care! This is very cool and I loved being able to fight my favorite protagonist! And we win Thai Googles as an accessory for our Digimon! What is this game? This opens up a lot of possibilities. Are we gonna fight the other members of the main cast? Are we gonna fight, I don't know, Takato from Digimon Tamers? Are we gonna fight from Digimon Frontier? What's gonna happen now? After doing some more fights in the Colosseum, we go back to the gym because we need to train more. Yes, we lost against a Betamon. A Betamon! I tested the remaining intermediate trainings and then we jump into day 5! I was intrigued by the Colosseum, to say the least. The items you get after the first victory seem to be random, but maybe, what if each enemy has a predetermined pool of items the item is randomly selected from? What I mean is, if we track down which tamer drops which item, maybe in the long run this is gonna be useful. You know why I love this? This reminds me a lot of the Zulab from Final Fantasy X, and all those crazy strategies like Turbo for AP or something to get 99 levels in a single battle. But in any case, Sirius, for example, seems to drop all the plugins, all the items you can use during the battle to increase the stats of your Digimon, and even some cards, apparently. Compcom is repeatable and has a Palmon which is weak to fire. If this drops good items, this is gonna be incredible. Oh, and by the way, after a couple of victories, we unlock a rank up encounter. If we win in there, we are allowed to go to 10th floor of the Colosseum. But in any case, yeah, Compcom drops decent stuff, HP discs, MP discs, and bandages, and it's a very fast battle. He seems to be the main farm points for now if we are rookies and we need stuff. Then there is Minsun, which drops portable potties. There is Minsun again. Ah, no, it's another Minsun, but they use the same Digimon. Did someone sleep on the keyboard when deciding the names for the NPCs? Or on the Digimon assigned to them? In any case, they both drop some fish. Then there is Ramune with a Renamon, which provides potties and autopilots, Umanosuke with a Gabumon, which provides mushrooms, meat, and cards. I am starting to think every single opponent has a chance to drop cards, honestly. There is the Betamon, which massacred us and we are not able to beat him. We will go back to him later. Sidmontaig, does that name even exist? And his Gaomon gives us HP discs and a lot of cards. During one of the battles, I also noticed something. My Digimon hates me. Like, at one point I was not able to give orders anymore to my partner because he got angry. Oh, that's cool. Maybe that's related to the happiness or discipline of the Digimon, who knows? But I think we played enough Colosseum for today. Back at the meat farm, there is an Agumon, which digivolved from the Digimon which warned us about Tyrannomon. Maybe this is what Digimon meant when he said Digimons want to digivolve. You are telling me this game implemented Digivolution as a way to progress in the city, and not just gathering some random materials for hours just because you can build more structures to allow Digimons to come in it? Wow, that's crazy. If you remember, Nico wanted to take care of Mamimon, and he asks to borrow our Digimon. Look at him, how pathetic. I want to be the hero, and then borrows my Digimon, okay. We control Nico! I think this is the moment of the game where I finally decided I trusted the game. Up to now, my expectations were never broken. I was still kinda skeptical because a lot of people were like, oh, this game is the best Digimon game in the world, and I was like, I just played next door there, I don't really feel confident, and wow. In any case, we meet Mamimon, which normally would be a very difficult battle because it's a champion level Digimon, and that's why he was borrowing our Digimon. The problem is, we are a champion, and champion plus rookie, you would never say it, is very strong against one single champion. We win, our Greymon deals 99% of the damage, of course, and after this, Nico was feeling a little bit too powerful and wants to deal with something called Black Devil in the Signpost Forest. And right after that, we get a mail from someone called Question Mark that wants to conduct an experiment with us. Is this maybe the person that was spying on us earlier? Yes, it is! With a Black War Greymon X-antibody? X-antibody are in the game? No worries, I'm gonna explain what those are later, but for who doesn't know, Black War Greymon is a mega level Digimon. I really wonder if Nico is gonna be able to win against this incredible opponent, and of course he loses. But he wants to fight us in the Colosseum later. Now, we are the only one who is able to stop the Black Devil from disseminating terror in the Signpost Forest. Will we be able to? Come on. Do you even think we can take a single attack against the Black War Greymon? But it's not over. Mirei is back. She revitalizes our partner and then joins us in a 3v1 versus the Black Devil. I don't even know what to say. No, actually, I do have one thing to say.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It almost feels like this game was made by actually people that know Digimons.
Mirei proclaims this territory to be her own, and I am not talking about the Signpost Forest, no. I'm talking about the whole digital world. And then wants to make another experiment with us. So she was the one which sent the question mark email. From a mail, it also seems her real body is gone, and I mean, in the intro we literally saw someone suspiciously similar to her, but we're gonna know more on the 30th floor of the Colosseum. I love how they are turning the Colosseum into this place where all the stories of every single character are intertwined and connected. But for now, Yuya, the possessor of Black War Greymon X-antibody, is talking to a Domon. Domon? X-antibody? What? Okay, I think I need to explain a bit. Basically, there is this one movie of Digimon called Digital Monster X Evolution, which opens up with Yggdrasil, the supercomputer which governs the digital world, which commits a mass murder of Digimons because of overpopulation. There would be more details to explain, etc., but basically, the thing Yggdrasil is gonna use is the X program to instantly kill Digimons. Some Digimons, though, are able to develop a vaccine to it, which is called the X-antibody. Dorumon is one of those. Dorumon possesses the X-antibody and survives the X program. So, how is this related to all of this? This Dorumon says his friends are gone! Is this the same Dorumon of the movie? Oh yeah, and Yuya will also explain some of his backstory at 20th floor of the Colosseum, blah blah blah. Is this that Dorumon? There is another problem. The larva we fought earlier has now digivolved and is eating more garbage data to become even more stronger. Which means we need to stop this creature right now. During the battle, I also noticed something. Oh, by the way, in case you don't know, the bigger the brain stat on your Digimon is, the more commands you have in battle to control your Digimon. I was noticing how much more important they are in this game already. Like, right now, and later on even more, I barely feel the need of guarding attacks. Guarding completely halves the damage you would take, and prevents all the knockback time where you fall down and more time passes from the damage, so you have to wait more cooldowns before your Digimon can attack again. It's fantastic! With our victory, we also discover more informations on the father of Nico. Nico openly says his father was part of the Gigo company, the company which is running the game, even though one day he suddenly disappeared without leaving trace. And Yuya, being the bastard he is, insults the father of Nico. Nico leaves the group. Yuya says that the monster may have escaped to the ancient bone swamp, and Akiho is confused. Oh, can we chill, bro? Can we relax? Another cutscene? There are too many things happening! A portal opened up in the Memorial Stella Zone. No, screw this. I want to relax, have fun with my Digimon, go around, etc. Even though we receive a mail from a person which talks about how they know that Tai Kamiya was defeated and the message is from Sora! Back at the city there is Nico. Nico is here because he wants to become stronger and asks us if we are free for 6 hours to train. Wow, it's only day 5 and I already found a gym, bro. That's fantastic. And during the training we reach day 6. Nico thanks us, and his Gaomon digivolves into Gaogamon. That's pretty cool. Oh, and if you remember, in the Colosseum we can fight Nico. Yeah, in here it's still a Gaomon, but I guess you were supposed to first fight him here, probably? Needless to say, the battle is very easy. And after winning, he tells us all the stuff we already know about. His father stole something from Gigo Company, disappeared, and now he's here to find him. But to be fair, you were able to enter this battle before discovering that from the game itself, so props to you, game. Then there is the battle against Sora. You know, this really gives me hope that there are gonna be battles against every single member of the main cast, and maybe, who knows, there is gonna be a special battle with Tai and Matt together. Oh, and there is also the bastard. Rina, which of course fights us with a Vmon. I mean, if you remember Next Order, you clearly know which Digimon she's gonna have by the end. Talking about some recruitments, here there is a Shogun Jackomon, the same Jackomon which was in the city, now digivolved. He needs food, and we have money, therefore we make him eat until he explodes and joins the city again. He opens up a hotel, the Doremifa Hotel, and you know what I really like? In Digimon World 1, he was in a zone called Volume Villa, volume like music, Doremifa like musical notes. He's still related to music. I really appreciate that little detail. Basically, we can invite Digimons of the city into the hotel, and they're gonna pay us every 5 days. There are also some other special interactions. For example, in this room there are a lot of mushrooms for some reason. What the fuck? And then... wait. The Digimon near the meat farm became Agumon. Jackomon became Shogun Jackomon. Do I need to talk to the other Digimons? I already talked to all of them on the first day, but maybe... Oh... yes! Each baby Digimon of the city can digivolve into something else. Some have some special requirements, others are gonna digivolve instantly. We see Woodmon, Manyangemon, Boltmon even! And they all leave, because what they want to do or to find is not in this city anymore. But don't be desperate, you know what that means? We are gonna be able to meet them again later and recruit them. I decided to spend the rest of the day in the gym trying to learn better how to do intermediate training. Day 7! While training, we got a fantastic surprise. After champion level Digimon, there is ultimate level, and Greymon turns into Metal Greymon. This was crucial to me. Now we have a much easier time farming enemies at the arena if we need to. And also, I am very satisfied in seeing that my partner is doing so good. Here we receive some interesting Digimails. Tai wants a rematch, which maybe means he's gonna have Greymon this time, and then Met wants to fight us. Oh, sorry, Yamato if you're not a dub watcher of Digimon. But first, we finally have 15 prosperity in the city, so I am very curious to visit the Fluorescent Cave if you allow me. Greymon lets us finally pass after we reunite him with Tsukaimon. Remember the Digimon we found in the wagon? Welcome to the Fluorescent Cave. It's a pretty nice but dark place full of strong Digimons. Here, champion level is gonna start becoming the norm, kinda. I went in here because, you know, it's a cave, stone, metal. I was hoping to find some machine-type Digimons to teach more machine-type skills to my Metal Greymon, but unfortunately it did not work. But at least we found a Garurumon. Garurumon was guarding some bombs because Digimons may get hurt by using them. This is the intermediate training for speed, the one in the gym. And by doing it correctly, Garurumon realizes it's not that much of a problem and joins the city. We too go back to the city because I am really curious to go to the Colosseum. Firstly, we fight Met, which of course, having just a rookie Digimon against our ultimate is no match for us. And then we start our fight with Tai, our rematch with Tai. And I am really intrigued. If it's a rematch, now he's probably gonna have Greymon, which means after that, he's gonna have Metal Greymon, then... Wait, War Greymon?! Forget what I said, Tai has plot armor. But, you know, I am almost tempted to say it was still going decently well, but he has plot armor, he uses the special move, and even if we roll correctly and we hit the good defense, we still take 2000 damage and die! Whatever. Since now we have an ultimate, we can at least clear some other battles, such as the Betamon. Remember the stupid Betamon which killed us? Well, now it's a Vmon, because I guess it changes every day, maybe? And then we do some other fights with a Renamon, a Tyrannomon, there is Michelangelo with a shiny Greymon. But I think it's been enough time. We have been staying on the first floor of the Colosseum for too long. It's finally time to go for the rank up match. And I gotta be honest, I find very cool the idea of having to fight a literal member of the company to access the next floor. Like, it's very cool. Imagine a person who gets paid for playing video games online. That sounds sick. If only there was ever a way to do that in the real world. Oh wait. This, honestly, world-building wise, makes a lot of sense. This is basically the ranked system to differentiate different levels of players from each other. And at the floor number 10, you can already breathe a different atmosphere. In here, you cannot give orders or items to your partner during the battle. And we have someone waiting for us if you remember. Ahiko. I gotta be honest, I don't like the fact that you cannot give orders. Like, I think this is the most boring extra mechanic given from the floors of the Colosseum. Because you just stare at the screen as your Digimon fights. I don't know, you feel left apart, almost as if you're watching a TV program or something. But we still defeat Ahiko, and after telling her we are not gonna tell her secret to anyone, she reveals openly that she is the Nyanko Tamer, the rank 1 Tamer in the game. The reason she was hiding it is because she was scared. Scared that a girl playing video games may result embarrassing. And I want to tell to all the girl gamers which are following from home, yes, all the 5 of you, that playing video games is absolutely not embarrassing. It's a way to steal someone's heart. Day 8! It seems a good idea to explore the Signpost Forest, both because we may recruit more Digimon, and also because we left behind a giant portal. Are you ready? Let's go. Everything is going how I was thinking. Omegamon X-antibody and Gallantmon X-antibody. Just a little explanation. Omegamon and Gallantmon are royal knights, special Digimons which follow and execute Yggdrasil will on the digital world. In the movie X Evolution, what they have to do is to kill all the Digimons which survived the X program because they contracted the X-antibody. During the story, there is also a moment where Gallantmon joins the resistance because he thinks Yggdrasil is wrong. But what's important to know for now is that at the end of the movie, they are indeed in their X-antibody forms, so they are the Digimons from the movie. And Dolmon is here with a... we fight. We fight against Ah, okay, no. It's just a battle where we have to resist for a certain amount of time. Okay. Understandable. But still, very cool, very cool. Afterwards, they become interested into us and await for us in the Colosseum basement. It seems even more that everyone's story and bonds are connected to the Colosseum. Still in the forest, we find Nanimon, the assistant of Shogun Gekomon, which is trying to chop some trees. Which, yes, you guessed it, is another one of the intermediate training. And by doing it, Nanimon joins back the city. Now, our Digimon is still fire type and machine, but also fire, but it's an ultimate, so I think we can enter into the sunken capital and actually explore. In here we make various progresses. First of all, the Midevimon warns us about Mega Sidramon, the ruler of the capital. And then we find the perfect starfish that Marine Angemon was looking for, therefore he joins the city as well. But the reason we are here is for Mirei. Mirei was fighting Mega Sidramon searching for the Stella. She is reckless and almost gets attacked and killed. But we tag along with Erangevomon for the win. Mega Sidramon is a tough opponent, and our Metal Greymon just very recently turned into Ultimate. The main thing which is able to carry us is the numerical advantage. And by the way, did you know that the fact that Mirei is able to use 2 Digimons at the same time is not normal? No one in this game should be able to use 2 Digimons at the same time. And just like Yuya corrupted his own Digimon to make him stronger, Mirei was able to find a way to control 2 Digimons at the same time. After the victory, we still haven't been able to reach the Stella because it's over the sea. If only someone from the city digivolved and helped us in here. I like this much more than whatever Next Order did with the Digimons being like, I don't have anything to tell, you know. Nanimon, back at the city, starts working on a bathroom for the hotel. Another Digimon of the city digivolves by giving them some well-done meat, and then I spent the remaining part of the day just training. Day 9! After training, I tried talking again to the Digimons in this room, and Tokomon says something very interesting. Birdramon is at the ancient Bone Swamp. And to progress the story, we have to go there. Birdramon, the one which in Digimon World 1 was able to teleport you into multiple locations you already visited. Fast travel is fantastic. If she does the same in this game, we need to find her. Welcome to the ancient Bone Swamp. This place is moderately calm. Our ultimate is decently stronger than the majority of the Digimons present, so nothing in here can really hurt us to the point of dying and having to go back. Which means we can focus on the recruitable Digimons. First of all, there is Gilmon. Gilmon wants a piece of metal to make a sculpture. Cherrymon wants us to find some mushroom spores by shaking some plants, which may make malicious people think about something else, even though we are here for another reason. Birdramon. Going around, we found a nest with some eggs. And unfortunately, Birdramon thought we were here to steal the eggs and attacks us. I almost feel bad for her. Okay, she was the one to attack us, okay? But she just gave birth to multiple eggs and now is fighting for her life to protect the eggs. Like, I'm a little bit sorry, but again, we started the game by carbonizing some children, so everything gets explained. She apologizes, but cannot leave today because she has to wait 1 day until the babies hatch. Aww, what a cute mom. Since we are done with the side quests, it's time to go to the Memorial Stella of this region, where Yuya is fighting a possessed Gatomon. You know, from what we saw up to now, Yuya is extremely arrogant. He is very confident in the power he possesses, up to the point of letting his guard down. You better be grateful, idiot. If it wasn't for me, you were dead. Our fight against Gatomon starts. Even though, if you remember what happened with Betamon, she's probably not actually in control of her own body in this moment. After our victory, Yuya mocks Ahiko for letting her guard down and going near Gatomon. Bitch, you are the one to talk! Another Memorial Stella is restored, more information is gathered, and I think now we can go back to Digimon. But not before exploring some more. In fact, there is a giant piece of metal. Gilmon joins the city to express his own art. And let me tell you, that's a pretty good job considering he arrived in here literally 10 minutes ago. Punimon, which was watching, gets inspired by the statue, digivolves, and goes away. Yeah, do you see the pattern? We're gonna have to keep fulfilling requests to recruit Digimon, and maybe those Digimons are gonna fulfill more requests, more baby Digimons are gonna digivolve, and we're gonna be able to recruit even more Digimons. We get an email where Matt wants a rematch, but we saw Tai had a War Greymon, so this is probably Metal Garurumon, so not for now. More training! I basically mastered the intermediate training for brain and attack. For brain, you literally have to play a game of Ghost Leg, and for attack, you have to click at the correct time. Even if there is some input lag, I mastered to keep into consideration the input lag, and I am consistently able to enter in the red part. Day 10. 10% of the challenge is gone. And we are already at 1 hour of video, goddammit, I'm never gonna be able to finish this. Back to the swamp, the babies left the nest. Aw, they grow so fast. And Bergermon comes back to the city. Also, wait, I just realized, how does Bergermon mating work? Like, how are eggs created? We never heard of Digimon giving birth to other Digimon up to now, or at least I didn't. Are they digitized into existence? You see, it's a reference to the title of the game. And also we found Gatomon, the same Gatomon we fought. She's heavily injured, we heal her, and she doesn't like our compassion, but joins the city, tsundere. With some more exploration, we reach another location, the sewer maze. And there is a lot of cool stuff in here, but not much we can do right now. For example, there are some filth on the ground, but we cannot collect them because our Digimon does not resist to the smell. Okay, makes sense. But there is a wild Andromon. Yes, a machine Digimon we can fight, which presumably uses machine moves. You know what that means? That it's time to farm. Our Metal Greymon is gonna keep farming Andromon because maybe, just maybe, we're gonna be able to get a new attack. And finally, after a while, we got Energy Ball. It's not incredible, but it's a little upgrade over the last skill we had. And then we go to the Colosseum. In here, we fight multiple opponents. Sunflowmon, Luciano, a player which wants to stop playing apparently, but you can still challenge him multiple times, which I guess the addiction is too strong. And then Sora and her Garudamon. She luckily falls and gives me the chip of love, and we unlock Garudamon Digivolution. Yippee! I couldn't wait to digivolve into Garudamon. Wow. Back to training! I feel very confident. I am pretty sure we are gonna be able to accomplish a Mega Digivolution on our first Psycho... Metal Greymon is too old. Whatever, we tried our best. But I didn't stay sad for too long, because if in Digimon World 1 there were only 4 eggs, look how many Digi-eggs! I have no idea what to expect. But the Grey Digi-egg says the Digimon born from it will be tough. Let's go. Punimon. We are ready to train again with our Punimon, but also I think I understood something. Do you see those orange stats on the right of your Digimon? I think those are the stats you're able to give to the new Digimon after the previous one dies. Day 11! Day 11 was entirely spent on gym training. Yes, if you watched the videos for the other 2 Digimon World games, you already know this is gonna happen. There are gonna be days where we stay on for like 30 minutes, and then there are gonna be days which pass on in like PEM. The only thing I can say is that I trained more in doing correctly the intermediate training. But I realized something. I think, and maybe you guys are gonna correct me, the hardest intermediate training is defense. What's supposed to happen is the boxing glove attacks you and you click at the correct time to protect yourself and you win. Okay. There is no indicator that the glove is gonna attack you, so it's literally a matter of reflexes, but look! How the hell do you get... Maybe it's because I am, you know how they say, after 20 years you are not good anymore for esports or something, etc. Maybe I am just a stupid old grown man which is not able to hit correctly the timing, but come on! This seems impossible to me. Oh, and also we digivolve all the way to Gomamon. Day 12! Even all of this day is dedicated to training. Day 13! Our Gomamon is strong enough to handle the rookie level Digimons in the Sunken Capital. And with that, we also get the skill Hailstone from a Betamon. Why are we in the Sunken Capital? Well, because there is Wamon. Remember the Digimon at the restaurant which wants to eat? Well, it's him now, our passage to the Memorial Stella. What we find in here is another garbage data. It seems that the entity we fought earlier is becoming more and more sentient, but it's not here, fortunately. Rina apparently wants a rematch at the 10th floor, but we still have to gather more skills here in the Sunken Capital. We can fight pretty much everyone in here, except for Seadramon because we are still a Rocky after all, but not for long. Hello, Seedramon! Yeah, for today I think it's enough. Back at home we train some more, and then see each other in day 14. Now, we can indeed fight the Seedramon, and do you know what? He had another move for us, Waterfall. And while navigating between the menus, I realized something. In the glossary, some new terms got added, such as, Yggdrasil and Mountain Infinity? Huh? Back at home, it's finally confirmed what we did read in the glossary. Mirei is the one who brought us here. Rank 4, Nico. Rank 3, Frapollo. Rank 2, Yuya. And rank 1, Ahiko. All of these, the most powerful players in the game to deal with the entity we are fighting, which is from now on gonna be called Vitium. Vitium is the name of the program used by Gigo Company to transfer informations between the real world and the digital world. The program gained its own will. Gigo wanted to destroy it, and Nico's father disappeared. And now, Vitium is becoming stronger and stronger, devouring garbage data. If we want to live and go back to the real world, if we want to redigitize ourselves, woo, name drop! We need to eliminate Vitium. More training! And then we got 2 males. Akiho awaits for us at the 20th floor, and Mimi awaits for us in the Colosseum. Day 15! Full training, literally. Every single moment of this day was dedicated to training, and we jump into day 16. We do some more training, and also we attempt our first tournament, because yes, there are tournaments in the Colosseum. But unfortunately it doesn't go well. Moving to the railroad plains, there is a Monochromon which, tries to kill us. How stupid can you be? But at least we unlock a new zone, the Terrain Garage. Here there are all the Digimons which for some reason left the city. And unfortunately for now there is not much we can do in here. There is an in training that is battling a Wormmon apparently, and then there is the Tyrannomon from the meat farm. He does not really feel ready to come back. He first wants to digivolve and become stronger. I was editing and I found this sound in the audio and I decided to leave it in there because I guess funny. Day 17! Seedramon digivolves to ultimate level. Mega Seedramon, one of my favorite ultimates ever, honestly. Back at the train garage, we recruit Parrotmon, which was, spinning around the zone for some reason. But I still was thinking about something. Remember, Omegamon and Gallantmon X-antibody told us they were gonna wait for us in the basement of the Colosseum. And I think it's time to go. But I mean, for sure there is not gonna be much, am I right? There is a whole other game mode where we have to explore Mountain Infinity, which is connected to Yggdrasil! Exclusive items, exclusive money, several floors to descend into. This almost feels as the memento from Persona 5. I love this. Oh, and by the way, just to clarify, all the Digimons which are cooperating for this are X-antibody, because in this zone, only X-antibody are able to go around freely. The other Digimons need a special security program to not lose their health over time. And I gotta say, I was having fun. The zones are not randomly generated, unfortunately, they are pre-made zones, like on floor 1 there is always gonna be the same corridor, the same stuff, but the items you can find are random. And after a while, we reach floor number 4. Floor number 4 is blocked. We need someone that can dive to be able to trigger the button to go to the next floor. I mean, someone that can dive despite us having a Mega Seedramon, but whatever. Once we go back, we see Yuya entering in the portal as well. He may be very interested to inspect Yggdrasil. But for now, we have to train more. We have to absolutely be ready, because this game seems a lot more dense than the others for now. Like, do you see? We have another game mode in the Mount Infinity, we have all the side quests at the Colosseum, we have the other main characters, we have to recruit Digimons. There is a lot of stuff to do. I need to have a strong Digimon for it. That's why Restaurant now is more important than ever. All those extra stats every single day are gonna become huge in the long run. Before finishing the day, I go back to the train garage because I wanted to see if there was someone else we can talk to, and there was a Lilamon which wants to play hide and seek. Oh boy, hide and seek in Next Order was decently difficult with Piedmon actually. Let's see how You serious? Lilamon joins the city! Day 18. I have 2 plans for today. First of all, training more, and second, exploring more the sunken capital, searching for this Seedramon mentioned in Mount Infinity. Oh, and we also make Motimon in the city digivolve by giving him a radish, and he turns into a Vegemon. Let's go back to the sunken capital. In here, I notice Mega Seedramon, which needs to eat some fish? Isn't that kinda cannibalism? Actually, no! Some of you actually explained to me what is the difference between fishes and Digimons in the last video. Fishes are simple digital creatures. Digimons possess a Digicore, apparently, in their endoskeleton. In their data skeleton? In their body, okay? In their data body? You know what I mean, okay? After taking the fish, we were going back to Mega Seedramon, but I noticed something. There is a wild marine Angimon. A wild water mega level Digimon. You know what does that mean? Because to me, it means high risk but high reward, money and possibly skills. He is decently challenging, but considering our Mega Seedramon has access to some powerful skills against him, he goes down. He drops a lot of money, but no skill. But hey, can't I just keep resetting the zone and he is gonna appear eventually? Our Aura Freeze is ours. The Tier 7 Water Move. That seems a nice upgrade, doesn't it? Considering how early we are in the game. But in any case, we give the fish to Mega Seedramon and he joins the city and teaches us Waterfall, which we already have. But he gives us a graduate cup, which I love, so it's fine. And we spend the rest of the day training. God, today was incredible. We got a new powerful skill, a new money farm with Marine Angemon, and a powerful Digimon which now is ready to take on the Colosseum. Day 19. In the city, Mega Seedramon tells us there is a new ruler in the capital and runs away. Oh, a new ruler. I really wonder what's gonna that be. But not now. For now, Colosseum time. Unfortunately, in the first floor there are only the hardest fights ever remaining, and our Digimon is not strong enough to handle them, so we go to 10th floor for some easier fights. I want to see the prizes for this floor repetition. But first we have the story characters, for example, Rina. Getting Aurora Freeze was a fantastic idea. And remember, on this floor, we cannot give orders to our Digimon, so I think the best idea is to just remove all possible skills except the only one we want them to use. I think. And then we fight Mimi from the anime. Yeah, she is maybe the one character of the first series which I don't really particularly care about, but it was nice seeing her again regardless. And now let's start with the battles that maybe can be repeated. Ice Leomon cannot be repeated unfortunately, whatever. Lady in Love and her Goblimon seem to give mostly useless stuff, like I got meat, autopilot, potty, mushrooms, nah, not worth it. Perfection and another Goblimon gives us some fish. For example, Digimedaka, Digisquid, Digisnapper, that's fine. Vmon provides us some meat and a lot of different mushrooms. Tails and Ice Devimon give us Digitrout, Digisnapper, basically just more fish. And then I stopped because the fights were becoming a little bit too difficult. Let's go back to exploration. Another place we have to go to is Fluorescent Cave. In here, Yuya wanted to meet up with us. He wants to reach the next Stella and enter in contact with Vitium. I gotta say, I appreciate the kind of bond we are creating with Yuya. Like, Yuya is a bastard, an arrogant, an idiot and all those stuff. But I love that we are creating this level of respect where, even if he's the most arrogant person in the world, he still finds some good consideration of us. I don't know, I feel it's pretty wholesome. But at the Stella there was another possessed Digimon waiting for us. This time is Monsemon. And we enter in a team battle with Yuya! No, I'm gonna keep repeating it. The developers which worked on this really knew how to make a good Digimon game. Who wouldn't want to have on their side Black War Greymon X-antibody after all? After our very easy victory, honestly, because we had a level Mega against Monsemon, but whatever, the garbage data once again shows confused messages. Vitium in here was starting to seem more and more to me like a child. A child thrown away without letting them know anything. All they have is some random memories which are passing through their head, but they don't really know what to do with them. They don't know what's their purpose in the world. Why do they even exist? Can you imagine if instead of being born with your family around, you were just scattered away, you acquire free will, but you start wondering, who are you? Why are you here? Where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? Here, Yuya is revealed to be the Gigo Company CEO's son. All this world, one day, will go to him. And that's why he's interested to understand more. That's why he wants to protect it. That's why he wants to learn more about Vitium. Okay, to be fair, now I start to see why he came up as the spoiled little arrogant brat he is in the game. But he's still pretty noble, okay, you know. He's still literally playing with a Digimon which contains illegal data. But I mean, he's supposed to be a sort of warden for the digital world, being the son of the CEO after all. He needs to have the power to defeat possible threats. Then maybe sometimes he abused it or something, but okay, it's fine. Still in the cave, there are Growlmon and Tsukaimon, and they finally decide to go back to town. All of this while Monzemon, the one who got possessed, got closed out of his own house. God damn it. I'm so sorry for you. First manipulated, then you become homeless, I'm so sorry. But he comes to the city. Oh, and also, he gives us 100 brain stat on Mega Seedramon. Wow, that's very specific, but I will take it. We decide to conclude the day with some extra training. Do you see our stats? We are still not at the same age of Metal Greymon in the past, but our stats are already much, much higher. Day 20! Monzemon in his own shop sells the training manual. Do you remember what does the training manual do in Digimon World 1? It's a passive increasing the stats gain when you train in the gym. And then we go back to Sunken Capital because I still want to try to get more skills. Like, come on, I am sure some of them are gonna give me the remaining ones, but that's not the case, even though Hydramon gives us the Wind Shoes, which is a thunder move for some reason. But it's fine, we spent a lot of time in here regardless, and Itzy mails me to fight. Before fighting Itzy, we also fight Janna and her Gatomon, we fight a Seedramon, we fight Romstar and his Guardramon, we find Janna and her Cubimon, and while we were going back to explore the sewer maze, it was bedtime already. Day 21! It's time to explore. Oh. Metal Seedramon, baby. He has always been my second favorite of the 4 Dark Masters all the way back to the anime of Digimon. Now, nothing can stop us. In the sewer maze, we meet up with Mirei, because she seems to have caught the signal of another human in this world. Oh, another human? Is that the father of Nico? Is that Rina? Is that, I don't know? We reach the sewer maze Stella, and even though she lost the signal, there is a possessed Garurumon. But, I mean, at this point we have a Metal Seedramon, come on. It's the easiest battle of our life. This garbage data gives the confirmation that the one who was writing the mails is Nico's father, the one who completed Vitium. And now he's realizing that what he has done with this life form may be against God himself. But suddenly, the meeting at Digimon House is cancelled. They found a person at the Colosseum. And the other mail is Arena, which wants a wait, what? Did they find Arena at the Colosseum? What? Well, actually no. Colosseum is in alert mode, and the arena is field of a particular battle. Our opponent is a possessed Metal Greymon, controlled by Nico's father, controlled by Vitium. Come on, it's clear it's controlled. Have you seen him? Nico teams up with us for the occasion, but I mean, we have a water Digimon against Metal Greymon. The result is evident. And Nico's father is only able to say 2 words before getting teleported away. I'm sorry. Nico at this point is confused. Is his father regretting what he has done to Vitium? Was he getting manipulated? But who cares, we have to continue expanding the hotel, so we go to the Signpost Forest and collect some wood materials. And for some weird reason, it was not easy to find the wood. I don't know, it mimetizes pretty well in a forest. Okay, to be fair, it's normal that some trees mimetize very well in a forest, but okay. Day 22, we finish gathering all the wood, and we go back to Nanimon, so he starts working on creating a new room at the hotel. Back at the Colosseum, we defeat Easily Easy, but I am sure he's gonna come back with a rematch in the future, and the Tai rematch is finally approachable. I mean, he controls a fire-type Digimon, and we have a Metal Seedramon. It was kinda funny though, because in this exact same matchup, in the anime where Greymon was the one to win, but I guess we are built different. Tai loses and we win our first battle against a Mega in the Colosseum. And since I was feeling confident, we take down even Yamato and his Metal Garurumon in this moment. I am really curious if we're gonna fight the one I'm thinking about now that both Tai and Met have been defeated with their ultimate. Back into Fluorescent Cave, there is a Kuwagamon which is stuck for some... How do you even... Not gonna ask. We bring the bombs from the training place and make him explode. Kuwagamon seems to have passed out. I should come back later and check on him. Oh, sorry, what? Yeah, there is a person stuck. You make him explode, he passes out, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be back later. For sure, he's gonna be perfectly fine. Completely passed out in the middle of nowhere while there are wild Digimons going around. Yeah, for sure. I like the almost comical and exaggerated way in which some of these recruitments are done. It almost reminds me of the comicity used in game like Lisa, for example. Of course, in different levels and blah blah blah, but still, you know what I mean. And finally, we help a Leomon breaking a giant chunk of debris which was blocking the road to Gravel Wasteland. Which means now we can enter Gravel Wasteland. And Leomon can proceed. Before going, we give indications to Biyomon to go back to the city. It's similar to what happened with Palmon, and this time the indication is south. Wow, that was crazy, right? Welcome to Gravel Wasteland. Leomon is done and comes back to the city. Okay. What did you do which was so important which required you 1 minute to finish? Whatever. This zone is inhabited by multiple ultimate level Digimons. This seems the perfect place to maybe learn multiple skills of different elements in the future, once we have someone which is not Metal Sigilmon. Here we meet a Botamon which talks about having lost his master, Black Garurumon. And after a short while, we meet that Digimon. He passed out due to the sun. To help him, we have to do something very peculiar. We have to give him our hat, an accessory. I love the implementation of accessories in quests. It's a good level of mental elasticity, which I wouldn't normally expect from a Digimon game. Yes, because, let's be real guys, Digimon games are never really that incredible, but this game is resulting quite good, honestly, for now. Black Garurumon joins the city, and Botamon joins the city afterwards. And then we reach Volcano. What is a volcano? We will never know because we sleep and we go to day 23. Even though we aren't able to do much in here for now, we still can check the memorial stela and thank God I did. My ass is on fire. This is the peak cinema they're talking about. We extinguish the flames, and he joins the city. Last but not least, a Blue Meramon was blocking a passage by making some giant flames to compensate. I don't know. We kill him, and he is sad now. And the door is closed, so we cannot proceed. Whatever, back to the city. In here, we show our training manual to Atsunamon, and he digivolves into Match Gaugamon, and he does not leave the city, but I think this still increases our prosperity, and that's gonna be important for later. Remember, we still have to recruit all the Digimons if we want to complete the run. And after some other minor training, it's time to go back to Mountain Infinity. Not because we can proceed or anything, I still did not understand where to find the Sigramon, but I just wanted to have a little bit of fun. And there were some new interactions. We were seeing Dorumon going around, and teaming up with Yuya. It is revealed that the X program, the program which can kill multiple Digimons, will soon be released. And even if Yuya already has the X-antibody on his Black Greymon, he still wants to know more. Back to the ancient Bone Swamp for exploration. In here, we finally get one of the spores Cherrymon wanted, and now we just have to wait a day for it to grow. The other thing we can do in here, and it's time to do it in here, it's to find enough rocks to fill a giant gap which connects this zone to the canyon. Yes, apparently this Goblimon is guarding the passage because it seems there is a giant hole which needs to be filled. So we have to go around and collect rocks until we have enough to fill it. But there was something weird. Day 24! But there was something weird. These stones only spawned in the zone of Goblimon, and they do not respawn, and there are not enough stones to fill the gap. What? Also, Why can't I see the bottomless pit Goblimon mentioned? Goblimon has been trolling us. He joins the city at least. We are out here trying to save the world, protect the world from Vitium, and this dude is just like, Lemao, lol, pfft, fuck you. And we get access to the Night Canyon, a desolate territory populated only by feral beasts and machines. Exploring a little bit, we find a Darilmon which got stuck while digging a tunnel to Fluorescent Cave. A tunnel to Fluorescent Cave? Do I hear the word shortcut? So we free him. Maybe he's gonna dig, who knows. And the poor Tentomon tried opening a shop in here, but unfortunately it's not going well. So, out of pityness, we place 1000 bits in his box, and I mean, he seems happy about it. He opens a card shop. Oh boy, I am gonna spend all my money in here. I want all the cards. But not now. Also, there is a peculiarity. If you complete a set of cards, so maybe cards which are related or other stuff similar, you get special rewards. Another incentive to buy them. Poyamon asks a million questions about multiple items and instruments, because, I mean, he's just a kid after all, and then joins the city. What the hell were you doing here in Night Canyon, kiddo? And then we go back again to the sunken capital, because remember, Mega Seadramon is still missing. He said there was a new ruler in here, and I found a giant sea anemone, apparently, which is the one required from Impmon, but we are too weak to take it, and we can try to use skills on it, but it doesn't work. So yeah, pretty much nothing happened for the rest of the day, but hey, we tried to farm some money with Marine Angemon. Day 25! After doing some other minor city administration, such as inviting new people to the hotel, we joined the meeting with others at Digimon's room. Apparently, Gravel Wasteland is having problems. Is it Vitium? Is it another threat? We need to check. And everyone is gonna accompany us for this mission. Oh, by the way, as a side note, Digimon says that prosperity is 60, which I mean, I think it means we are doing great. I don't know what's the max prosperity, but judging from how many Digimons I see around and how many are not digivolved yet, I think the max prosperity is 200, like in Next Order. So being at 1/4 of the prosperity, at 1/4 of the days, seems to be pretty good, no? Also because at the start you need to start up the training and understand where is the map, how to maneuver the world, etc., you know? So we're doing pretty well. Here we are, Gravel Wasteland, and we immediately notice that there is a lot of garbage data on the ground. Not the type we obtained from Vitium before, no, normal garbage data. And we find even Vitium. He is apparently in pain. Fantastic! This seems the perfect opportunity to get rid of him forever. No, we cannot. We have to feed him the garbage data, so he's gonna become stronger and he's gonna be able to fight. Are we sure we are... Okay, whatever. The garbage data in here is not enough, we have to take the one which is at the Night Canyon. And I mean, we already know how to reach the Night Canyon, am I right? Back at the city, Kuwagamon and Kabuterimon have a fight. And remember Kuwagamon, the one we left after blowing him up with the bomb? Now he's at the city. They are having a fight and Kuwagamon leaves the city for now. Why every single Digimon we see in this world seems the most unlucky poor soul of the world? Monzemon got stuck out of his house. Kuwagamon got blown up and then gets thrown away from the city. Come on! Now we have to help with garbage data. Nico in the Wasteland and Ahiko in the Canyon. While going to the Wasteland to help Nico, there is a Sunflowmon which asks us to keep a plant at the sun for at least 3 hours because they have other stuff to do. Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. Do you even want a piece of my butt? No, okay, we do it, and the Sunflowmon joins the city. After that, we find and help Nico in the desert. He needed us for some incredible job. What is it gonna be? Defeating a legendary Digimon? Stopping a catastrophe? No. He needed us to move a rock, despite having a Titan next to him. Okay, and unfortunately, this is so cringe that on day 26, our Metal Seadramon dies. Rest in peace, King. You were the strongest one of them all. A thing I did not elaborate too much on before is that after your Digimon dies, you can save a part of his memory and use him as a special move during the battle. And you can store multiple Digimons. I love this. You can feel close to some of your past partners. Never forget them. And also, be amazed by how far we have come in training just by looking at them. We started with a Metal Greymon, we already have a Metal Sidramon. What's next? Next is the Dark Digi-Egg, a laid-back vibe. This is my new partner, Poyomon. Time to do even better than before. Or that's what I would say normally, but here I took a temporary break from the game. I think it's important to mention it to make you understand why for the next days I'm gonna be a little bit more rusty on the game. Because during those weeks, in real life, I was having my final theater play. The last one. After this, our theater company got disbanded. We had to work a lot, the result was incredible, and all the people which I met in there are always gonna stay in my heart. They also brought me a gift from there. It's an helmet. And it fits perfectly! If you're interested, I also talked about this during a stream you can find on the channel. But in any case, I just wanted to address it. Let's continue! Back to training! And our Poyomon digivolves to Tokomon. Tokomon needs to use the bathroom, I think. What was that sound? Since I just came back after a couple of weeks, I would like to emphasize even more how much fun I am having with the little mini-games during training. They are able to make a very repetitive action still entertaining! Except for the defense training, of course. Day 27 and our Tokomon becomes Kamimon, which is another water-level Digimon, which means we still have the skills we gathered with Metal Sidramon, but I am kinda scared because Kamimon can become Sidramon. I am very scared of being stuck again on the same Digivolution line. But, I don't know, I think we still need to train. I think we're entering in the part of the game where having at least a well-trained champion is required. That's why even fully on day 28 we train, and even on day 29 where we digivolve into Sidramon. God damn it! Alright. It's time to use the one Digivolution item we obtained from one of the Digimons we recruited. The Lilac Seed. It digivolves any champion level Digimons into Lilamon. If we keep training Sidramon, we will just go once again with Metal Sidramon. No, I want a new Digimon. Therefore, welcome to the team, Lilamon. You know, it's funny because in a recent interview, Kenji Watanabe, one of the main designers for a multitude of Digimon designs, was actually asked about why there are so many boobs in the Digimons. And he answered, "Oh, it's my fault. I like boobs." And then they asked, if you could have one Digimon materialized in the real world, who would that be and why? It would be Lady Devimon, and I would love to be hurt by her. Chad. In any case, in Signpost for... This is supposed to be serious. So, in Signpost Forest, we go because we want to try to get more moves for our new Grass Digimon because we have no moves, basically. And we actually do. From a Tentomon we get Earth Coat, which boosts defense, and from a Vegemon we get Poison Circle, a long-range grass attacks which can apply poison on the opponent. And I also took advantage of the time to explore through multiple zones. I went through the Wasteland, all the way to the canyon, and remembered I was supposed to meet up in here with a Hiko to gather more garbage data, so we just do it. Easy. Oh, since we are here, let's check on Drillmon, remember? The one who got stuck while digging the tunnel? Oh, the memories. This is such an elegant way to make a reference to Digimon World 1. While trying to help him, he accidentally opens a hole on the ground and we fall down into the sewer maze. But not in any random point, no, we end up in a place which was previously inaccessible, where there is a Wizardmon which is making some weird potions. And he asks us to get some firewood from the Signpost Forest to finish the potion. Okay. While going through, we also find a Garurumon which is dying because of the smell of poop in the air, which is irritating his eyesight and he's not able to leave the place. So we guide him like we did for Palmon, like we did for Biyomon. And he joins the city. And I completely forgot about this. Wow. But I wanted to check something. In this zone, there was a closed passage with no apparent indication on how to open it, but going back in there, now there is a Jeremon which joins the city after we explain to him what is a bicycle, and he opens the door which leads to Signpost Forest. The map is becoming more and more vertical after each second. Zones are becoming more connected. Canyon, connected all the way to the sewer maze, connected to the forest. Very soon the tunnel is gonna lead us to the fluorescent cave, as Dreamon said. Fantastic. Day 30. And it's been a while since I have used accessories, so say hello to my Garuchomon! Badoomts. Here I spent almost the entire day searching for that stupid firewood Wizardmon mentioned. I swear, I went through the entire place like 4 times and it was nowhere to be found. I even rewatched the footage and no, I am not stupid. It was just not there. It magically happened after the 4th travel through the region. Whatever, we give the wood to Wizardmon and he makes a potion for us. A potion which I don't know what to do with, but let's store it for now. And also, he does not join in the city. He is gonna stay in here in case we need more potions in the future. Day 31! Yes, I did not joke, it was literally the whole day searching for the wood. Shogun Gekomon wants to build a new floor for the hotel, which means Nanimon needs ring parts for it. Togemon says we may find those ring parts in the fluorescent cave, but maybe not now, I have other stuff to do. First of all, Kuwagamon, outside of the gym, wants to train with us to be able to have his revenge on Kabuterimon, remember? They argued previously. What comes next is one of the hardest challenges I have ever had. You have to do, back-to-back, 3 intermediate trainings on 3 training facilities at the same time. If you're able to do it, good. If you are not, then Kuwagamon is gonna fail the battle against Kabuterimon and is gonna leave for a couple of days. And only after a couple of days you can try again. Let's try later, okay? In any case, I wanted to check Cherrymon tree in the Bone Swamp, and it's still not grown. But Cherrymon says his time is over. Wait, what? His time is over? What? Oh, I was not expecting that at all. Oh, I am sorry, buddy. I guess our Digimon is not the only one which dies from old age. Oh, there is a minigame! The Midevimon wants us to break the wood! And yeah, it's the intermediate training for attack. We do it, and the Midevimon joins the city. Back to the Night Canyon, there is a Greymon... Something is wrong. Yeah, I think I see at least one thing which is wrong in here. Where Garurumon, the leader of this place, the one which protects everyone, is missing, and we have to find him. But let's check once again on Drillmon, and finally the shortcut to Fluorescent Cave is opened. Fluorescent Cave, Canyon and Sewer Maze, all connected. Now guys, please, be sure to not blink, because you're gonna witness to another one of the greatest moments. Not of this game, not of the Digimon franchise, no, of all the video game world. Not a single plot twist event, emotional moment can even come close to this, and I am sure after you watch it, you're gonna be of the same idea. Are you ready? We meet up with Mireille, which was too searching for some garbage data. And do you want to know where is the garbage data? I am so happy of being able to share moments like these with you. Thank you. All garbage was finally collected! It's time to go back to the desert. Also, while going in there, we fight a Cherrymon in the Fluorescent Cave and we get Rockfall, another powerful grass skill. And then there is a suspicious Ogremon, which wants to bring us to his master. Of course we deny, and so he politely asks us while fighting. Here I think I discovered the best way to use a grass-type Digimon in battles. Stalling. Poison deals pretty good damage overall to the opponent, so after you poison one time, you can just keep guarding until you are sure they are not attacking you. At that point you can attack again, but like, you have to spend more time protected, so that even if the Digimon attacks, you are still gonna take less damage, and the healing is not gonna require that much HP. Also, you can literally move through the whole arena constantly to avoid any possible attack, apparently. Nice. Our stats are not good at all in this moment, but this battle was a joke. Okay, he's a champion level Digimon, but still, this battle was a joke. And Ogremon escapes. I have a feeling we're gonna see him again in the future. Let's keep an eye for him. Alright. Now that everyone is gathered and all the garbage data has been fed to Vitium, it's finally time for the most epic battle of all times. But not before some sleeps. Day 32! It is time to battle. All this time was to fight Vitium at full force, and the battle is... not against Vitium, but against a Wargrowlmon. Why did we feed Vitium exactly? This Wargrowlmon is incredibly strong. Each one of his attacks deals like more than 1000 damage to us. But again, we have our poison, and we have our movement. Oh, and also we have all the restoration items in our inventory, but piece of cake. The battle lasts a lot, and I mean a lot. But eventually, Growlmon falls down. And in the newly unlocked mail, it's revealed even more how much Vitium does not know anything about himself, but witnesses to information regarding everything and everyone passing through his eyes. After all, originally Vitium was used to exchange information between the digital and the real world. And here is where Nico's father, Dr. Petrov, appears again. He created Vitium, but now wants to redeem himself. What we have to do in this moment is to go to the canyon and meet up with Yuya. Even though while going, we get a particular cutscene. Ogremon is talking to another Digimon. I think I kinda recognize that shape, but I am gonna shut up for now. Since Ogremon failed, they're gonna now try to trick another Digimon tamer. Who is that gonna be? Nico? Ahiko? Yuya? Or maybe, who knows, someone else? Back at home, we get a mail from TK which wants to fight us at the Colosseum. You know, if we want to continue, I think some training will be necessary. Just a little bit to be sure we are... Wait, we got another mail. Oh, I see. Rina is the other tamer that they were gonna use. I see. I am very curious to see where this is gonna go. But for now, I am just curious about what's gonna happen in Day 33! First of all, I went to the plains to play hide and seek with Monochromon to see if something was gonna happen, and he was not a great player, but no, it seems Monochromon will never come to the city. And then, we go to the fluorescent cave to recover the ring parts we need for the hotel, remember, to build a new room. And if the first ring part was just laying at the entrance, the second one was guarded by an aggressive Wergarumon. But I think you can clearly feel the difference in power between this ultimate and the one we just fought for the story. These attacks deal like 500, no, not even 500, but Wergarumon was like 1500 constantly. This is a joke. And also we see a Platinum Numemon in front of the ex-Monzemon mansion, which enters and shuts the door. How did you enter it? Whatever, he enters, it's gonna become his new mansion and we cannot enter, bitch. And lastly, we take the one remaining ring piece so Nanimon can start building the new floor for the hotel. And then more training. Day 34! Today, something else happens which reminds me that this game is 10 times better than next door. That this game has an incredible world building. We receive a mail where Gigo Company gifts us something as a reward for having played a lot. Guys, this is still an online multiplayer game. They are rewarding us for playing. It's literally the definition of daily rewards for coming in gacha games or something. It's very good that they are transposing the online elements even in this game. It creates a lot more of immersion. On the road we also meet Megadramon, which wants a toll to allow us to pass. And then he joins the city. Okay, fine. And right after we meet Rise Greymon. Oh boy. So, Rise Greymon says something like very important. Never allow people to make it into your mind. We shouldn't have given money to Megadramon. We should have just stand our ground. Our spirit is weak. Therefore, train on this punch machine. Yes, guys. To recruit Rise Greymon, we need to forcefully complete the intermediate training for the punch machine, which I have never, ever been able to do. So, I have one precise question, once again, to you Digimon World Digitize players. How the hell do you time it correctly? If I just wait too much, it doesn't work. At one point, I actually was able to guard and I was not blown away from the punch, but it counted it incorrectly. What do you want me to do? I spent like 12 in-game hours on this. But finally, Rise Greymon joins the city. Is it just me having problem of this game? Maybe it's the input lag? I don't even know what to say. You are gonna tell me, maybe it's just a me issue, I don't know.
Impossible, I'm playing on a PSP and I've blocked that punch many times on advanced.
Fuck off. Even if I thought I was going in the direction of the Stella, I accidentally went in the wrong direction and I reached another zone completely. Welcome to the Powdery Cliffs! I don't think I pointed it out yet at this point. Can I say how well the music helps with the atmosphere of these zones? Right? Next order! Day 35. We are still exploring the frozen region, which, I mean, it's clearly snow. I don't know if it's called the Powdery Cliffs, because maybe powder can refill into snow powder, maybe? After screaming, we create an avalanche, and we are turned into the snowman. And the Frigimon reaches us, walking on an invisible bridge. Hint hint, little reference to Digimon World 1, nothing too annoying, very cool, very very cool. And then he joins the city because he thinks we are a Frigimon, and we can resist to the heat of the city. Therefore, he's gonna be fine, right? No, it's not right, wait, he's gonna melt. Come back, buddy! Nah, it's fine. Daddy needs his prosperity. On the other side of the invisible bridge, we find Mojamon, which does not have a house anymore because of the avalanche. Whoopsie! Therefore, we need to collect 6 snowballs to help him. Are you joking? We are in a region full of snow on the ground, and we need to collect snowballs. Hey? Also, it's of minor importance, but while exploring, the abundance of mechanical parts in here particularly made me think about Subnautica Below Zero for some reason. They are completely unrelated, but I don't know, this almost feels like an abandoned zone from that place. We then meet a Vikemon which wants to build a bridge because of an inspiration attack of the beauty of the mechanical parts in the snow. Cool, but I think we played around enough. It's time to go back to the canyon and go for the Memorial Stella. Now, stop right there, because for the first time, Yuya is sweating against the enemy. We have seen Yuya being overly arrogant and almost losing, but this time, he is genuinely giving his best, and he is sweating. I am so hyped. Let's see what incredible Digimon was the fighter! Another were Garurumon. And a pretty weak one too. Weaker than the Wargrowlmon. Whatever. After the victory, this garbage data reveals that the first connection Vizium had with a human mind was with Nico's father, which spontaneously leads to a question. Can we really trust Nico's father? Are we sure he's not just using us to collect the garbage data? Like, okay, for sure he's not brainwashed anymore, but is this really what he wants to do? Defeat Vizium? The thing he wanted to protect so much previously? And we are not the only one who thinks in this way. Ahiko and Yuya are both against the idea of giving him the garbage. But since we are humans and we have the possibility to talk and exchange opinions, we decide to fix it with a battle in the Colosseum! It's as I was saying, our destinies always get reconnected us to the Colosseum. I think I'm starting to speculate on where there is gonna be the final boss fight of the game. But we need to reach floor 30 of the Colosseum for this battle. Therefore, more training time! And also some other Digimons digivolve and leave the city. We have a Master Tyrannomon which wants to go to the tunnel drill to open a bar, Gekomon which goes to find a Gekomon partner apparently, and the Digimon is here too, and we jump in day 36. After a little training, you can say hello to our second mega of these 100 days, Rosemon. Not only this, a Digimon in the city becomes Metal Garurumon. Now, since we have to do Colosseum, let's do Colosseum. We are on floor 20 for now, and oh no. You know what's the mechanic of floor 20? Time battles. And you know what was the way I was mainly using Rosemon up to now? Stall. I don't think stall and time battles work well together. Okay, to be fair, it's not necessary to win in the pre-established time. It's if the time finishes and no one has won, then the one who has dealt the most damage will win. Yeah, no. We were losing battles, and we also tried to fight Yuya, and he seemed incredibly strong. Also, is that Digidimension? Yeah, for now I only won against a Myotismon, and it was still pretty close, so I think we need to train more. We spend the rest of the day training, and we go to day 37. Come on, we are ready. Our skills can poison and stun. The technique is simple. First poison, then try to stun while they are poisoned, so they're gonna get damage while not damaging us. If we just can combine these in the correct way, maybe, just maybe, we can win. Yes! Finally I see that stupid bastard put into his place! Yes! And now he presents himself, of course, as the heir of Gigo Company, which we already knew about, but now we have the full name, Yuya Kuga, the son of Kenzo Kuga. And his Digimon, Black, is the strongest Digimon ever, reinforced even by a Gigobector. I mean, strongest Digimon ever for now, idiot. Now that Yuya is defeated, we can go and do other battles to be able to get the rank up match to go to floor number 30. Battle with Rina, and her Digimon is only a champion level Digimon, it's Vidramon, so this one is very easy. And after that... Wait a second. Why are we winning so easily now? Did I accidentally fight only with the hardest ones in here yesterday? Or did the train I did yesterday really change the result that much? Whatever. We then fight Joe! Joe, another member of the original cast, with Gomamon! Pushover, it's a Rocky level, come on. New challenger? It's the battler of the first enemy we met in the arena! It's the Sebastian, the battler of Lily! And he wants to fight us to understand if we can be a good company for the lady. Okay, I think we can. What do you think? After another very easy rank-up match, we finally get access to floor 30. And there is a clear reason they chose this floor. This is the 2v2 battle floor. In here, we're gonna be able to fight in tag teams, one group against the other. Here, Ahiko, Mirei, Nico, and Yuya are waiting for us and our decision. Oh, we can decide who to fight with. I gotta be honest, to this day, I still don't know if there is a difference in what you choose. Let me know in the comments, maybe. But I decided. We are gonna stay with Ahiko and Yuya. Yuya is not gonna participate in the battle because 3 versus 2 would be unfair. Oh, come on. Then it's our fault for being more people which don't want to give the garbage data to Petrov. Whatever. Nico and Mirei were very strong, and they used a lot of items, including items that can revitalize Digimons. This fight is much more than a simple fight, for how much it means to everyone. From it may depend our possibility to go back to the real world. Lives are on the matter too, and yet, we are all friends. And we accepted this fight as a way to solve our problems. Oh yes, Yuya was also there, but I mean, there is a sort of bonding of respect, as I was saying. And even with Mirei, I think Mirei is becoming more a friend. Everyone in here is creating bonds with each other. Yuya kinda despises Nico, but yeah, everyone is kinda creating bonds with each other. You know, Yuya and Nico together kinda remind me of Kaiba and Joy from Yu-Gi-Oh! We win the battle. And it's revealed there is more garbage data we can collect in other zones, therefore Nico can collect the garbage data and give it to his father. Fuck off, okay, whatever, it was not that important in that case, but for the characters, it probably was. But, you know, we're already here, and before leaving, there is a battle with a certain Mirei we can do in here. And you know what's cool? Our tag partner is an actual character you can fight in a lower floor. I think it's randomly picked, but it's still very cool. The battle is not that difficult, come on. You really think you can defeat the main protagonist? And we get a lot of new informations. The presence of Mirei in this world is sustained by Angevomon and Lady Devimon. She is like a parasite. But at the same time, she looks over the digital world, which is why Lady Devimon and Angevomon are helping her. She does not have a real body anymore, and the info regarding that, maybe it's still there, in the digital world. And she also talks more about our power, the reason she is very interested into us, the aptitude, the power to interact with stuff and create connections to the real world, the power to overcome adversities. Basically plot armor. And after some other battles, another cool thing we do in here is fighting TK, but this is the 2v2 battles, remember? TK is joined by his brother. Oh, that is so cool and so wholesome, but they still look... Oh, it's Lily and the Butler together, this is so cool! And after a couple of extra fights, there is a rank up match versus Worker Olmon and Black Worker Olmon. I am starting to have PTSD of Worker Olmon, but we are still able to triumph, and we reach floor 40. The next floor is... well, see for yourself. Let's go. Our welcome in this new place is incredible. A freaking Victory Greymon welcomes us in here. I remember the first time I saw this Digimon was when I played the Digimon World Championship when I was a child. Oh, the good old times. He wants to fight us and is gonna wait us at the reception. This is the boss battle floor. Every single enemy in here is incredibly powerful and is able to kill us in one hit if we don't pay attention. These are not Digimons anymore, they are demons. The problem is, we brought a demon of our own. Let's do this. We start getting our first victories, and then I feel confident enough to take on even Victory Greymon himself. I am genuinely surprised, like, we are probably not even at the end of the main story, and yet we're already at the last level of the Colosseum. Yeah, of course, the last level of the Colosseum, floor 40. Guys, I don't know, but if I ever played a game in my life, I know we are gonna go beyond floor 40 at one point. Also, near here, there is something called a VIP zone. To access the VIP zone, we need to pass the test. Not difficult, we pass it. Let's enter. This is la crème de la crème, the strongest tamers ever in the Colosseum. And Lily is here. How the hell did she reach this place? Probably she paid. She's a pay-to-win player, come on, let's be real. I spent $1 million to get the chromatic Shine Greymon, which deals 1 million damage with one attack. Yeah, I'm so strong at the game, I'm in the VIP, you're all suck. But apparently, she challenges us to one more match in the Colosseum. She says she has one last ace up her sleeve. Yeah, but let's ignore that for a second, okay? In the Colosseum, we can fight Omegamon and Chaosmon! Two of the strongest Digimons ever made in the universe. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do it. Let's instead fight Lily, and let's see what is her last ace. I don't remember this Monzemon. There is Monzemon, Warumonzemon, and Lily... Monzemon, eh? No. Lily inside of a Digimon costume. They literally made the Tekken character be able to punch our Digimon in the face. No, what am I playing? This is incredible. And remember, while I was playing, I still did not know she was a Tekken character, so imagine my confusion while I was like, wait, how does she hit so hard and resist to so much damage? Wait, I just realized! What if this is the spiritual successor to Matrix Digivolution? You know, in the past we had Takato digivolving into Gallantmon, now we have Lily becoming Lily freaking Monzemon, baby! But by winning, we finally put an end to the question. Digimons are stronger than Tekken characters. I am sure some stupid power scaler online which wants to ask if every single character in the universe is able to beat Goku is very happy right now. But enough Colosseum for today. Let's go back to the Powdery Cliffs. Yuya has a little discussion with us, and while he's saying some interesting things and some wholesome things, you know, I was not able to focus very much. Can you listen closely to the soundtrack? Okay, maybe I am completely brain rotten and I am saying gibberish, but am I the only one which thinks this is almost exactly the same as my confession from Doki Doki Literature Club? Wait, digital world! Doki Doki is in the digital world! It all makes sense now! Mind blown! I need a vacation. Near Mojamon there is a Mamimon which passed out, and the way to help him is to use the one potion we got from Wizardmon back in the days. Thanks to us, Mamimon is saved and he joins back the city while Mojamon stays in there like an idiot. Did I say join the city? No, he's apparently the most hated person in the city. No, he's gonna go to Wizardmon to do something, to work with him, I guess. We reach the Memorial Stella, and there is Dark Dramon, a mega-level Digimon in the main story, nice! But our Digimon still wins. Alright, everything in here was done, the last zone we have to check is the Binary Castle. And Arena wants a rematch at the Colosseum. Later, Dark Dramon joins the city in the meantime, and we open the road to the Binary Castle, and a Growlmon joins the city, a Growlmon which was stuck inside of the ice. Welcome to Binary Castle. And in here, Lilymon tells us that Bilzemon, which we know is one of the 7 Demon Lords, went through here. Oh, we're gonna fight some big fishes, I see. Binary Castle is full of ultimate level Digimons in the corridors. And then there is the best toilet in the game. How could I forget this? Like, who created this and was like, yes, we have to make a zone where there is a castle which contains technology. How do we make the toilet of this zone? Yeah, let's put a bunch of screens on the back. What? And the guardian of the last Memorial Stella is Beelzemon himself. Not possessed, no, he's just here because he wants to put us in a test. He wants to see if we have what it takes to protect the digital world. I mean, I don't know about that, but I know that 2 megas is stronger than 1, therefore GG. With this victory, we get the last garbage data, which explains how Vitzium is going through multiple Digivolutions very quickly. Oh, and we get a mail from Kari, Taikamiya's sister, which wants to fight us in the Colosseum. But we're not done. Ultimately, in the last room, Petrov is fighting Vitzium. Vitzium in here starts insulting Petrov, calls Petrov selfish, then beats him and the others. With Yuya on the ground, Petrov unconscious, we have to save the day. And this, genuinely, is the hardest battle up to now. The damage from this monstrosity is incredibly big. And our items are not even that much. Like, at this point, I was kinda underestimating the opponents, because our Mega seems very strong. But no, Vitzium is not a Mega. Vitzium is not a Digimon. Vitzium is a real threat. If I did not have the possibility to stall with the poison, probably the outcome would have been much different. With this, we win the battle, Vitzium escapes again, and Petrov is still unconscious. We have to reunite at Digimon House later and decide what to do. We are finally reaching the endgame of the main story, and if you still didn't, please leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video. It's gonna require a tremendous amount of time to edit, but I'm gonna do my best. Now, remember, Rina wanted a rematch. Let's go to the Colosseum. Easy win. It's still just a Vidramon. Come on, Rina, can you train a little bit more, please? Oh, she really listened. Immediately after winning, we get an email where she says that Vidramon is an ultimate now. Oh, nice! Oh, and did you notice she changed her nickname? Another thing you do in online games. Before she was Princess Rina, now she is Rina-chan MVP. This is really the greatest Digimon game ever. Look how many details. But actually, what is your favorite Digimon game ever released? I'm very curious because I think this can hold up the title for a lot of people. Okay, it was never released in the West, so the accessibility is a little bit less, but I don't know, I feel a Digimon fan would really enjoy this. In any case, Rina loses again, and for the first time ever, she seems visually shocked, seeing that our strength is far above her level. I almost felt bad in that moment. Rina always seemed so confident in the other games. Here it's the first time I see her doubtful. And while she talks, she enters for a second in the digital world. And there was an application on her phone. Theory? Ogremon corrupted her avatar somehow to make her fall into this world eventually. And the Digimon which is giving Ogremon orders, okay, I'm gonna say it, Barbamon, has a plan for her. We will see. just a prediction. Day 38! This is where Megadramon went. From asking people for money to capitalism. Perfect evolution. Here I started something which I'm gonna continue in the next days, revisiting old locations, searching for other Digimons to recruit. For example, in the Sunken Capital, I meet Gomamon, and I recruit him just by talking. Back at Digimon House, we discuss what to do. Petrov talks about how he got possessed from Vizium while trying to leave the digital world and got stuck in here. And in this moment, technically, we already have access to a way to go back to our real world. But it's unclear what could happen if Vizium were left unharmed. That's why, before leaving, we have to find garbage data number 0, the last piece of the puzzle that can allow Mirai and Petrov to edit their Digitize program to defeat Vizium. That's fine, we have all the time in the world after all, right? The sky is already getting corrupted. Vizium is slowly taking over all the digital world. Now we have to go through various memorial stellas and try to search for the garbage data number 0. But also Digimon tells us that some legendary Digimons are appearing in the other zones with some powerful skills. But for now, memorial stellas. Ahiko and Nico are waiting for us in the High Road Plains. And it's weird. Even if there is nothing to help us in there, this was almost nostalgic. Like, it's not even been 50 days in this game, and I already feel terribly attached to all of these. I feel like I'm gonna miss them a lot when I'm not here anymore. For you that are watching this video, probably we are way over 1 hour at this point. And as you can see, after recording, it's actually 2 hours. But this game has accompanied me for a good amount of time at this point. Also, during one of the biggest events of my life, the end of my theater group. Maybe it's also because this 100 Days series with Digimon is the first real series I tried to do after Fear and Hunger. It was born completely out of pure desire to replay the Digimon games and to play this one. And it's almost coming to an end. Or is it coming to an end? Even Yuya is showing his true colors. As I told you, yes, he's an arrogant brat, but he genuinely wants to help the digital world. Okay, because he's the heir, but he's still doing it. In any case, we did not find the garbage data. That's because it is the prize of a tournament at the Colosseum. See? Everything is connected to the Colosseum, I told you! Which made me think. Remember the dungeon in the basement of the Colosseum? We never found a Seedramon to go in there? Which means, let's search for more recruitable Digimons. First of all, in the Ancient Bone Swamp, there is a weird tail coming out of the swamp itself, and we were never powerful enough to pull it out. But finally we can, and Kudamon, which got stuck in there while trying to gather some dirt for the meat farm, joins the city and powers up the meat farm itself. Now we get sirloin, and not giant meat anymore. Okay, can someone explain to me how did he breathe for 38 days since the beginning of the challenge? And the next mail we get really puts a smile on my face, is Takato. Takato, the protagonist of Digimon Tamers. I love Takato! Wanna be the biggest dreamer, tenus oculokude, millaimo, imamo, kakelukelo. Kuwagamon is back in the city again, and this time we're able to succeed in the minigame. What happens is Kuwagamon wins the fight and becomes the owner of the gym, while Kabuterimon has to leave. This result will passively improve some of the trainings, while lowering the others, so we can assume even Kabuterimon had the same, and in fact now Kabuterimon is the one which leaves, and maybe later is gonna join with some other trainings. So yeah, I think basically you can alternate Kuwagamon and Kabuterimon based on which stats you need. Day 39! We give vegetables to another baby and they digivolve into Gaomon. And then we start exploring around more to be able to find more side quests, and in particular, in the Powdery Cliffs, Vikemon says he will finish the bridge in 3 days. Oh, also, remember the Cherrymon that died leaving behind a small spore? Well, now it's a giant plant with multiple Digimons on it! Up here we have Ice Leomon, which needs a medicine because he's not able to see properly, Deramon, which wants to fly despite not even having proper wings, what? And Manyangemon is searching God, is searching Lucemon. But for now, we cannot do much in here. What we can do do is to go to the canyon where Master Tyrannomon opened a bar where you can hear some gossip. In particular, he says there is an incredibly strong Digimon at Bunker Volcano. While going in there, in the Gravel Wasteland, we meet Wargrowlmon. Remember, the Wargrowlmon we fought at a stella. He teaches us the skill Warcry and joins the city. After reaching Bonkenito Despacito Volcano, we can finally unlock the Memorial Stella, therefore we unlock the fast travel with Bertramon. Yeah, apparently the Memorial Stella of this place is completely optional because there is no special battle, there is no... Black Wargreymon? Is that the strong Digimon Master Tyrannomon was talking about? I absolutely need to talk to him, Zidgarurumon? Well, it can be good training for the battle, it's another Mega, we can see if we are ready to take on Black Wargrey... Sorry? We are not ready. Definitely not ready, but we will come back. Back in the city, we try to ask for a medicine for Ice Leomon, but unfortunately they don't know what to do. Angemon instead tells us maybe Miotismon in the Powdery Cliffs has something for the occasion. Day 40! Unfortunately, Rosemon goes to sleep very early in the day, and apparently Miotismon only appears at night, as Angemon said. At least we're able to meet Metal Greymon, the one who was possessed by Dr. Petrov in the Colosseum. And to be able to apologize, he fights us again? I don't really understand why, but okay, we win and he joins the city to help at the gym. Thanks to his help, now at the gym we can also do advanced training, which is basically a harder version of the intermediate training. But now I think I am finally ready to take on the Colosseum, in particular the tournament which has as a prize the garbage data number 0. No one from the roster really seems strong, except for maybe Gigadramon. I guess what we have to do is to hope that Gigadramon gets eliminated before reaching, and it's the first battle. Jesus Christ. Miraculously, we are still able to win despite having elemental disadvantage, and we obtain garbage data 0. With our victory, Mirei is able to start working on a device to stop Vitium. Reflecting a bit on the situation, Mirei realizes she is not much different from Petrov or Vitium. They are all searching for stability. Vitium ways are just a little unorthodox. Even Yggdrasil in the X-Evolution movie was searching for stability. Even though I think we're all gonna agree a mass genocide is not really the best way ever to find stability, right? But who knows what would have happened if she had never met us. And this is her own very logical way to say thanks. Aww. While she works, we cannot interrupt our mission. A Digimon in the city digivolves to Gaugamon, and then in the item shop there is a Poyomon which says he's apparently curious about the fishing rod we showed him. Let's remember that. Yeah, we can say I'm getting a sort of routine in the city. Every now and then I go and check if some baby Digimons are advancing, or if there are new Digimons in the city, or if there is other stuff we can do in here. And I am terribly sorry to say, this is the last day that Rosemon stays with us. But we cannot lose our morale! We have a final battle to go through with Vitium, therefore we take the red Digi-Egg, and we're gonna do this even for Rosemon. Welcome, Jarimon! I decided to take advantage of the occasion to try out multiple advanced trainings, and while some of them were honestly doable and an interesting challenge, such as for example the brain one, others were, bullshit. Day 41, our Digimon digivolves into Hagurumon and we keep training for the whole day. Yeah, you already know, when we are a Rocky we need to train for the whole day because we need champions. Day 42, I was just doing my normal routine of talking to multiple Digimons and Gomamon says something interesting. He wants to eat fish. And we are able to talk about Mountain Infinity. I have been stuck on Mountain Infinity for so long! Don't you tell me that Gomamon is the reason, please. I explain the situation and he goes there. Yes, a Rocky with not much experience enters Mountain Infinity. Perfect. And as I predicted, Kabutarimon comes back and now we can attempt the 3 trainings for Kabutarimon to be able to fight Kuwagamon. So yeah, I think there is no way for them to coexist and give us a boost in all the stats. It's either one or the other and you have to alternate based on which stats you need. Also, look at that freaking brain training. We get like more than 30 brain with each training and like 100 MP. Brain training by himself nullifies the need for MP and brain. Oh, and while training we also get a new skill, Upgrade, which raises all of the user's stats. Very good. Day 43. Another baby digivolves to Skullgreymon, and he says he's ugly, he's scary, he's the coolest thing ever in the world, but okay. He thinks he's scary and so he runs off for the bar in the Night Canyon. And our Hagurumon digivolves as well, into Garderbon, the goat that helped a lot in the next order run. At this point I wasn't really feeling confident about that Gomamon which went into Mount Infinity, so I wanted to double check on it. Oh! Gomamon turned into Gomamon X-antibody. And also, he was able to see a switch underwater, but he's not able to trigger it. We need Seadramon. But I still have no way about where to find a Seadramon, but okay, we will see. Back in Powdery Cliffs, Vikemon finished the bridge. Now we can enter into the Frozen Sea Tank. Oh, look who is here! It's Boltmon from the very beginning of the game! Do you remember that moment? Okay, how the hell did he enter inside of this frozen sea tank if we just opened a bridge to it? Nah, let's not think about that. He became a bodyguard and is currently investigating on a thief operating in the area. Day 44! Do you remember the Poyomon which was very interested into fishing? Well, he digivolved into Ikakumon off-screen. And for the rest, more training. Day 45! And more training. Day 46! More training. No, okay, we do even something else. Tokumon in the gym wants help to complete the punch training. I really wonder why they are having troubles with the punch training. After miraculously being able to do it, Tokumon digivolves into Grapleomon and leaves to gather information to help us and apparently settles in the Canyon's bar. Ikakumon in the meantime, as I was sure of, turned into Zudomon and wants to do, 3 days from now, a fishing competition on Wamon's back. Alright, so, Skullgreymon, Grapleomon, everyone is going to the Canyon's bar. Let's actually see what's in there. Grapleomon's job is actually quite interesting. He allows you to rent a girlfriend, rent a Digimon, a bodyguard which is gonna accompany you into certain zones of the game and fight by your side. It's not something we will take much advantage of because I want my money and I think my Digimon is already strong enough, but it's quite fun. Skullgreymon, on the other hand, became an alcoholic, and between the lines, he's gonna tell us some of the stats required to digivolve into certain Digimons. It's not incredibly useful, but it's an extra bonus completely free, so why not? Before calling it a day, our Garderbon digivolves into Andromon. Day 47! This day started off with something I was not expecting in the slightest. And I think it's gonna change how we approach the remaining part of the game. Up to now, we have been reaching mega level consistently, and we already seem strong enough. But I thought the stat cap was 999. But... oh, I understood nothing. With this new knowledge, I spent the remaining part of the day in Banana Volcano trying to get new mechanical skills. With no results. Stupid Megadramon. Day 48! Still in Babuino Volcano, Blue Meramon wants to check on his friend Meramon, which is now in our restaurant, and so he leaves. The problem is, he does not go in there, and for a couple of days I was quite confused, but you will understand later where did Blue Meramon go. In this moment I still haven't explored a lot Binary Castle, so we go back in there and we find Shine Greymon guarding a switch. A switch which is able to triplicate the speed of time. Ah, I see what they are doing. They are trying to reintroduce the mechanic that was present in the first game in the Ancient Dino region in this game as well. And honestly, if it's a switch which can be turned on and then you can go wherever you want, it may actually find some usage. But first, we need to prove we are worth. And to prove it, we have to defeat 3 of his servants in less than 90 seconds, with the triplicated time, so in 30 seconds. Huh? Oh, those are your servants?! Thanks to a divine intervention, we what? But Shine Greymon is not satisfied. He wants to test us himself. Yeah, test this, you idiot! The switch is ours. Yeah, but I don't really think we are ever gonna use this. I mean, we are on a time limit. It would be pretty stupid to speed up the time if we are on a time limit. But on the other hand, if there was a switch which could slow down time, that could actually be interesting. And here there is Taumon guarding another switch, which slows down time. And they made a challenge in a similar way to the one of Shine Greymon. This time, we have to resist 60 seconds in battle, with slowed time, so 180 seconds. It was kinda boring after a while, because our Digimon is so strong we don't even need to, throw items or think about what to do. Even if you defeat the opponents, new ones are gonna arrive, because this battle is following the wave system, but okay, it works. And then we also fight Taumon, win, and the switch is ours. So, the effect lasts for just 1 day, and then I think we have to go back in here and reactivate it. But, I mean, being able to go around with slowed down time is fantastic. It doesn't work for training and all the other stuff which consumes time. It only works while you walk in the overworld, but that's perfect. Now we can go around more freely, and we have more time to explore and find more Digimons to recruit. And talking about Digimons to recruit, we found Digitamamon, which found something interesting on the ground. He is pretty shy and does not want to give it to us, and tells us to not backstab him. I wonder if that's actually what we have to do. So, we put him in a single direction, and then we slowly move behind him. Very slowly, tick-tack, tick-tack, BOOM! Digitamamon joins the city, and we obtain the keychain, which increases the inventory space. And I gotta be honest, in this game, I really hoped there was gonna be a keychain, cause multiple times I have ended up with my inventory full. And finally we spend the rest of the day training and trying to learn new skills in the binary castle, and indeed we do! We get heavy laser. Day 49! Today there is the fishing contest, and we are representative of human beings. The competition is incredible, but at the end of the day, after 5 hours, no one took a single fish. Huh? Everyone is quite surprised of this, and what we decide to do is that next day we're gonna bring our mentor Kamimon with us, and maybe we're gonna be able to fish something. Since 5 hours of the day were already disappeared because of the competition, I tried once again to get more skills from the binary castle, and just when I was almost in time to give up, we finally got it. Say hello to Digidimension V2. And that makes sense. In the first game, it was just Digidimension. In the next order was Digidimension V3. In here, it's Digidimension V2. With this, I feel confident to talk to Blackwork Greymon. He doesn't want to fight us immediately. He instead is gonna wait for us at the Colosseum at the floor number 40. So, here we are. You have no idea how cool it was being able to fight Blackwork Greymon in this game. He has always been one of my favorite Digimons of all time. But hey, our stats are incredibly high. Digidimension V2 is incredibly strong, and even Blackwork Greymon falls down. Mwah! Beautiful battle. Day 50. Halfway there. And I feel like I am already late, but that's gonna be a topic for the future. Today we have to redo a fishing contest, and this time we bring our mentor, Kamimon. With their help we were able to catch a lot of fish, and even though no one really kept track of who got what, we had fun, so even if there is not a winner, we are all happy of having been here. So, all well what ends well, am I right? Well, no. Do you remember Mega Seadramon talking about a new ruler? Well, he was referring to Wamon. Mega Seadramon became Metal Seadramon, and now is ready to take revenge on Wamon. Which means they start arguing. Bro, I appreciate they're not actually fighting and they're resolving it with words, but they're just roasting each other, what is the purpose of this conversation? But once again, I appreciate this rivalry between Wamon and Metal Seadramon, because even in the anime they were enemies. I mean, in the anime, Metal Seadramon literally opens a hole in Wamon's body, but okay, that's for another day. To put an end to their arguing, we may need to find a fish, but not any fish, a big fish. Because if we try to give just any fish, then what ends up going is the fish is not big enough for both of them to eat, so they start arguing even for that. Come on, they really seems like kids! And so I started fishing. Oh, So, that's where Sidramon was. Ah, I appreciate this. It's kinda cryptic that you have to fish in a fishing pool to find Sidramon, but it's not impossible. After all, you have to fish in order to be able to fix the arguing between Vamon and Metal Sidramon, so you may be able to find him. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, now we have Sidramon. We will go back to him later. And also while fishing we find the shell of Shellmon. What the fuck? So, there is a naked Shellmon near the place where they are arguing, which was missing his shell, and well, now we found it. GG! Fishing, differently from Digimon World 1, requires time in this game. But after just a little while, we obtain our king-sized fish, which is very huge, apparently. By giving this to Metal Sidramon and Vamon, they stop talking and relax, and everything is solved, and we obtain Metal Sidramon Digivolution item. All well what ends well. Or maybe this was just the beginning of a long, long and moving day. Sidramon, in front of the store, enters Mount Infinity after our request to help the place we are stuck in. Do you know what does that mean? That after all this time, we finally can proceed. While we go, we receive a mail from Sidramon. X-antibody. Yo! The road is opened, and finally, floor number 5 is accessible. So, just to clarify, I don't know if I ever mentioned it in the other parts we entered into Mount Infinity, but in here, time passes differently. There is time flowing, but this time does not impact in any way the time outside. Therefore, for our challenge, while we are in here, it's not gonna be day 6, day 7, no, it's just gonna be day EX. Okay? It's separated from the 100 days. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, before entering into Mount Infinity, our Andromon finally digivolves into High Andromon. You can clearly see why they placed this interruption with Sidramon requirement, because beyond this point, it's filled with Ultimate and Mega level Digimons. You are not supposed to be here unprepared. On the road, we meet Dorumon, which is asking for help from Yuya to save his friend Salamon, because Yuya is strong after all. But Yuya keeps saying that he should become strong himself if he wants help. We are gonna go back to this in a second, but first of all, minigames! There is a very funny quiz minigame with either general knowledge of the game, or stuff you can find in the glossary, or specific information about some Digimons, and I gotta be honest, I absolutely loved this What's wrong, Dorumon? The digital monster Dorumon is an artificial Digimon. True or false? In the movie, Dorumon is an experiment created from Yggdrasil. From him, he is able to extrapolate the gene from which a multitude of Dexdorogreymon are born, all with the purpose of killing every single Digimon on the planet. And the Dorumon of this world seems to have memories of that time every now and then, but I guess getting to know you have an artificial Digimon must still be quite shocking. Dorumon finally found his friend, currently threatened by a Mega level Digimon. Normally there would be no way for a rookie to beat a Mega, but holding on as strongly as possible to the desire to live, Salamon is able to trigger the X-antibody Digivolution and turns into Salamon X-antibody. Teaming up with Salamon, we easily defeat the Black Metal Garurumon. But Dorumon seems confused. Why does he know about the X-antibody? Is he remembering what happened? Dorumon seems to be extremely scared to use his power, and I mean, knowing he was an experiment from Yggdrasil, it's clear. Is he gonna be able to control himself? Is this what he's scared of? Yuya, on the other hand, keeps looking down on Dorumon, because he possesses the power, but doesn't have the courage to use it even to save a friend. We hear Salamon screaming. Salamon is currently fighting against Magnamon X-antibody! Let me repeat, a Royal Knight with the X-antibody, which also powers him up! But you know, maybe to some of you, Yuya behavior may seem purely arrogant and egotistic, but on one side, I kinda understand why Yuya is saying those things. He keeps on the arrogant attitude, but he was still saying something kinda true. You should have the courage to save your friend. And if you're gonna say, nah, Frapollo, you are reading too much into this, he says he feels kinda irritated today and he's gonna help us fighting Magnamon X-antibody. Come on, guys, come on. He's clearly involved, he clearly wants to help them. And even if you disagree, it's fine, just remember Yuya is 14 years old during the story. So like, having this level of maturity at his age is already impressive. But the Royal Knight is too tough for us. For us maybe, but not for him. Dormon realizes that if he wants to see the future, and if he wants to be able to see it with the Digimons close to him, he needs to fight and overcome his fears. That's when he digivolves into Dorugamon, and you're able to win the fight. But maybe Dormon was right. After digivolving into Dorugamon, he starts being scared again. He feels like he's gonna lose his control, and so he escapes deeper into the dungeon. Time to introduce new mechanics! First of all, now we can fall through floors in certain points, which is even used in some puzzles where you have to fall in precise spots. Then of course there is the classic kill all the enemies in the room to proceed. And who are the enemies? They're just some other royal knights, nothing too difficult. Okay, to be fair, they shouldn't be, from what I understood, the real royal knights, like they're just some replicas or something, but they're still mega level Digimons, come on. Then there are the giant battles, which are literally the same as normal battles, but giant. Then there is super speed, whee! And then there is super slowness, whee! After a while we reach Dorugamon, which is currently fighting against some mega level Digimon together with Salamon. Is it just me, or this music is very similar to the battle theme from Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth? Did they recycle it for Cyber Sleuth? What's going on? They win, but it's not over. More Digimons keep arriving, all even with the X-antibody program. And this seems to be a little bit too much for Dorugamon. No, not this time. Another Digivolution. Dorugamon turns into Dorugreymon. It's in this moment that two more Digimons from the movie make their appearance, Omegamon and Gallantmon X-antibody. Originally, in the movie, Omegamon has an incredible devotion to Yggdrasil and is ready to wipe out all the Digimons. Gallantmon instead is doubting Yggdrasil and actually joins the resistance. Here, it's the opposite. Gallantmon sees the potential in Dorugreymon, the potential in the destruction, the potential in the Digivolution. This leads to a fight between the two of them, and we join Omegamon X-antibody in a 3v1 battle against Gallantmon. This is fantastic! This is absolute cinema if you watch the movie! Guys, go watch the movie. I think it can be found on YouTube, I'm not sure, but it's fantastic. Go watch it! What? I already spoiled you the whole movie, basically? Touché. And in the end, they both disappear. They are not gonna be able to help us against Dorugreymon. We have to do everything by ourselves. Now, he is the one to say it openly. He was created by Yggdrasil to be a killing machine, to pulverize Digimons. And guess what? Our partners are Digimons. After he was clearly weakened by the multiple battles he had to go through, we were able to triumph. In the last conscious moments of his life, he says goodbye to Salamon, and then digivolves again. Dexmon. Dormon embraced the destruction completely. This is the embodiment of what Yggdrasil wanted for him. We need to stop it. I am very happy to say that maybe it's because my Digimon is not incredibly strong, but boss fights are finally becoming hard! Difficulty in a game like Digimon World is very subjective, and I think it also depends from like how many items you have, but to me, if I have to keep doing stuff, keep giving commands, keep giving items, etc., that is a sign of difficulty, and in these battles I couldn't really relax for even a single moment. We are not just fighting to save these Digimons, we are fighting to save the entire digital world. And it's even more comical if you think that we allowed Dormon to digivolve by opening the road to the end of Mount Infinity with the Seadramon! With our victory, Dexmon reverts back to Dormon and then presumably dies. Or at least, he doesn't talk anymore, and not even Salamon. But we cannot stop here. At the end of the road, there is Yggdrasil. And we are ready to put an end to everything. The one who started this cycle of destruction. There it is. The biggest enemy of Camera. No, I'm not joking. During the battle, it's almost impossible to see the uppest part of Yggdrasil, I swear! I tried going through all the cameras, it's impossible! And now you may be wondering, why was Yggdrasil doing this? Is this because it wanted to stabilize the situation? When there is life, there needs to be destruction? Was this a reaction to Vitium? Or maybe there was even another reason. We will never know for certain, because Yggdrasil will never respond to us. The only thing we know is that this was legitimately the hardest battle we have done so far. Yggdrasil has access to almost all the max tier skills of all the elements, and our items were almost finished because of all the battles previously. Dexmon, Gallantmon. If the battle would have lasted just a couple more seconds, we would have died. But this is not that universe. With that, Mountain Infinity is finally over. Or not yet. But Yuya is satisfied, and is never gonna come back in here. He just wanted to check on Yggdrasil. And for today, I think we can be satisfied as well. All things considered, I really appreciate this part made me appreciate the Yuya character a little bit more. He is overly arrogant, of course, but there is a good side instead of there. If you dig well enough, you bring a drill, you bring the drill of Drillmon or something, it's possible to reach a little glimpse of compassion. Oh, and also, I was very happy to be able to see all the stuff about Yggdrasil and the Royal Knights and Dormon, but for now, we go to day 51! It's so funny how we went through so many emotions in there, and for everyone outside, it's just like not even a single second passed. During the early morning, which still counts as night, I go to Powdery Cliffs searching for Myotismon, and I accidentally fall down in a hole, and I guess I get heavily injured, because Myotismon rescues me and saves my life! And then wants 5,000 bits to pay. I am not gonna ask what would have happened if I did not have the 5,000 bits, but okay. Myotismon joins the city. Back at home, Mirai finally finished creating the program that can stop Vitium. Everything is ready, the group is ready, Vitium is at the Colosseum. Hey, of course! What did I say? All our destinies are connected to the Colosseum. Let's go! On the floor number 40, a special road gets opened, which is connected to another corridor. In here, there are numerous guardians which are blocking the way before we reach Vitium. First, there is a Black Wargreymon, but I mean, we already fought a stronger Black Wargreymon than this one. Then, there is a Chaos Gallantmon, and I mean, we already fought a much stronger Gallantmon than this one will ever be. You know what I appreciate? Even though it's clear the final battle is gonna be just us against the final boss, I appreciate in these little battles before the final boss, the others are actually helping. Right, next order. In the end, we reach the control room. From here, Mira is able to teleport us to the Limbus, a place between the digital world and the real world where Vitium is currently residing. There are two problems though. It's not certain if you can come back from there, and also, only one person can go in there. Everyone is entrusting their hopes and their futures into us. And okay, let's not consider they're kinda condemning us if there is no way to come back, but okay. After exchanging our last words with everyone, let's go. First phase. Vitium appears like a cocoon and is surrounded by the little larvas we saw at the beginning of our journey. What you have to do is some crowd control of the larvas while also damaging the cocoon. In here, having access to Digidimension was really a lifesaver. In this way, we don't even need to care about the larvas, they're gonna die automatically whenever we use it. They respawn of course, but each saved seconds where we don't take damage are very valuable. After our initial victory, we come face to face with the final form of Vitium. Vitium starts saying some kinda cryptic phrases, where we can see that in the end, Vitium and Dormon have a lot of things in common. The world to their eyes only appeared as violence, as destruction, almost as if that was the true purpose of living, up to the point where, if one leaves, the other cannot exist. This is the final battle. Either we destroy Vitium, or the world gets destroyed. And god damn it if she hits hard! She's able to spam her special move very often, and of course she has access to the max tier skill for multiple elements, I mean, why wouldn't she? But the combination of restoring items we have, and upgrade, the skill which upgrades all our stats at the same time, allow us to resist. Once her defenses are lowered, we can finally throw the device Mire created for us.
これでどうだ。
That's it. Vitium is not protected anymore. Vitium became mortal. We just have to push on a little further, and everything is gonna end. For all our friends which are waiting for us, and for all the real and digital world, we win. Vitium cannot do anything anymore. The only thing she can do is talk to us in her final moments. She thinks she may have found an answer to all of her questions. The world is a cycle of evolution and destruction, but in between, there are also some moments of sympathy. Is that what life is truly meaningful for? She was only able to feel truly alive in 2 moments of her life, when she first gained a free will and while fighting us. It's not clear if she will ever be able to change, but she will always exist in some shape or form in the digital world. And one day, maybe, she's gonna come back. As a sign of gratitude for making her feel alive again, she's able to send us back to the digital world. Her words were kinda cryptic, and I am not sure if I was able to understand exactly what she meant, but at least everything is finally over. I gotta be honest, while I was fighting, I was not able to perceive the epicness and the size of what we were doing during this final battle. We were saving the world, but it seemed too sudden compared to what we saw up to now, and Vitium didn't really seem like a final boss, both in the soundtrack and in the meaning of what was happening. And then you can combine that with the fact that there were other things going through my mind. For example, I was still thinking about the fact that we can exceed the 999 stat cap, so what are we ever gonna use those stats for? And then, it finally came back to my mind. Aren't we forgetting about someone? Arena gets forcefully taken into the digital world. Barbamon was waiting in the darkness for Vitium to disappear before doing what he had planned. It's weird though. Apparently, he was in the tower's roof from the images we saw, but we are in the tower's roof. Maybe this is not the roof. Arena part? We control Arena? Okay, we have only one battle to go through, etc. But yes! We're on floor 50! I told you, the tower is longer! The tower is longer! Arena is able to deactivate some security systems to free the other characters which are currently locked in the control room, but then she's not able to proceed anymore. The road is blocked, and they collapse from hunger. Oh, I knew there had to be something else. And afterwards I discovered that this part is only available in the decode version of the game. So it means that Vitium is truly the final boss for the original version of the game, which is kinda meh. I don't know, if I had played the original, I think I would have been a little bit more disappointed from the final battle. But let's continue! We receive a mail from Sebastian which says that Lily has been missing and we need to explore floor number 50. Before exploring floor number 50, I want to search for Lily though, and in Volcano, in the Stella room, there is Lily with the new Catherine, a Phoenix Moon. Oh! Props to this spoiled little brat. She's able to train some bangers of Digimons. Like, all the Digimon she trains are consistently strong, even though she keeps losing to us. And of course, after winning, she does not come back to Sebastian. No. She goes around searching for more powerful Digimons, clearly. In any case, now that Myotismon is in the city, we can actually get the medicine for Ice Leomon. Remember? The one on the Cherrymon tree, which was suffering from blindness. For 10,000 bits. Okay, I think you're taking a little bit too much advantage of me right now. Ice Leomon gets the medicine. A pair of glasses. Okay, then 10,000 bits maybe is kinda appropriate. From now on, Iceleumon is able to tell us the specialized training we have. Each Digimon apparently has an inherent better training than the others, and a worse training than the others. Some training facilities in which we automatically perform better, and some training facilities in which we automatically perform worse. And Sebastian tells us Lily is at the sewer maze. Oh, is she gonna try to search for another Numemon? Her first real companion? Yes, she is! She found her first partner, Catherine, the one she threw away after losing. Because, you know, she wants to show you she too has a heart and has affection towards her friends. Until Catherine digivolves to Sukamon and she leaves it there. Nope, never mind. Day 52. Sebastian is still not able to find Lily, but at this point, who cares? I'm gonna go to floor number 50. In here we find Puppetmon and Piedmon, two more of the Dark Masters of the first series of Digimon, and there is a purple barrier we cannot break. We need the help of stronger Digimons. Ahiko says we may find the Digimon we are searching for in the train garage, but there is no one? Did I miss something? Ahiko, are you drunk? Petrov instead says it's the Digimon at the treasure hunt shop in Gravel Wasteland. Airdramon, the owner, has a disagreement with the other owner, Garudamon. But it doesn't really do anything to our mission. I was honestly very confused at this point, and I decided to spend the rest of the day doing some Colosseum. After all, we are still missing some battles like the one against Takato, and also on the road a Digimon digivolves to Skullmeramon because our Digimon is very strong, and inside the Colosseum a Devimon joins the city, and now we are ready to fight former treasure hunter! Oh god fucking damn it, finally some luck! We win against the former treasure hunter Garudamon, and he goes back to Airdramon, which is not angry anymore. Yeah, we will go there soon, but first we fight Takato. It's just the first fight with him, so it's nothing too special. Then there is the rematch with Joe, nothing too special as well. I mean, we're a mega, none of the fights in here are really that problematic anymore. We even do a multiple fights, basically do a speed up section with all the fights possible at this moment. On the other notable fights, we do Kari and Tai together on floor number 30. And on floor number 10 there is apparently a Zid Garurumon which says he is a Botamon we met in the past. And I am trying to remember what happened in the past, but I genuinely don't remember this Botamon, but okay. We then receive a message from Petrov which says he caught a signal in the Gravel Wasteland, and it's funny because we keep receiving these mails which are probably useful to advance in the story, and I am hearing the Colosseum being like, one more game! One more game! We do the Mimi fight, we do the Izzy fight, and then there is something surprising. New challenger after Izzy. And it is Marcus Damon, the one from Digimon Data Squad, the series I have never watched. And there is a little funny joke because apparently he wanted to participate in the battle like punching or something. I really hope at one point Marcus Damon is gonna meet Lily, that would be fantastic. We had enough fun. Oh, what? We have to save the world from Barbamon or something. Okay, let's go to the Gravel Wasteland. In here, together with Airdramon and Garudamon, we find something weird in the sand, which is Metal Tyrannomon. Ah, this is the Tyrannomon we saw all the way back at the beginning of the game in the train garage. That's why Ahiko said the train garage, because originally Tyrannomon is in the train garage. Ah, do you see the connection? Boo! We ask for help to be able to overcome the barrier, and he understands power has to be used to help others, and digivolves into Rust Tyrannomon, while a hidden Ogremon observes nearby. I don't know if I am reading too much into this, but in the first Digimon series, the villains were the 4 Dark Masters: Puppetmon, Piedmon, Metal Sidramon, and Machinedramon, and if I remember correctly, Metal Tyrannomon digivolves in another way into Machinedramon. 2 Dark Masters are blocking the way, and a Digimon with the potential of becoming a Dark Master becomes something else and helps us. Instead of choosing destruction, they chose to help us, to save the world, which in one sense is once again the same discussion about Dorumon, about, I don't know, Vitium. Nah, maybe I'm reading too much into it. He destroys the barrier, and we fight Puppetmon and Piedmon. Day 53! We find the closed gate, beyond which there is Rina. Everything is coming together. She and her Vimon are very hungry and need some food, while the others unlocked the access to floor number 60. Out of the Colosseum there is Ogremon! Bastard Ogremon! Nah, he says he feels guilty for what he has done. Oh, you little poor creature. He caused the end of the world, but he's sorry, oh, sweetie. And to prove that, he's gonna climb the tower from the outside and deliver food to Rina. Okay, That's very good and heroic, and I have just one question. Why can't we fly all the way up there? Why do we have to climb? Can't we just take a Digimon with wings to climb up there? Is there a barrier? No one ever said that. If you can climb, why can't you fly? Instead of floor number 60, there is Ophanimon, supposedly part of the pantheon of the Digimons. Apparently, up ahead there is Lilithmon, another member of the Demon Lords. Alright, I didn't tell you, Barbamon is one of the 7 Demon Lords. We already met Billsmon previously, he's the second one, then there is Lilithmon. Our chances against a Demon Lord are basically 0. Psh, the battle is gonna be the easiest one of our life. But no, we have to find another Demon Lord, which is still not involved in the mix, Belphemon, and ask for help. In the Dark Zone? Where is the... We will see. For now, we have to wait until Ogremon delivers the food to Rina, because supposedly Rina has the same decode ability we have, and we may be able to win together. But unfortunately, the life of our High Guardramon is coming to an end. So, we praise him until the obedience level reaches 0. Why? It's very simple. There is a little cute Botamon in the restaurant, which doesn't want absolutely to see a Digimon with 0 obedience. Which means, if we show it to him, he's gonna Digivolve into Lady Devimon. And that's it. We also receive a mail about an Etemon entering into the real world and causing troubles. We find him in the steel tower near the sunken capital. He falls down after we interact with it. And I find this as a little reference to how he falls down from the tree in the first Digimon World game, but again, maybe I am reading too much into it. We beat the crap out of him and he joins the city as well. Since we are doing some side quests at the end of Life of High Guardramon, let's continue. There is a Pabumon which disevolves into Metal Mamimon because he wants to visit the sunken capital. We reach Metal Mamimon in the sunken capital on Wamon's back, and apparently he is very tired and needs a potion from Wizardmon. Oh, finally we are using the potion system from Wizardmon. Each potion needs different ingredients, and we are currently lacking the ingredients for this one, so maybe we're gonna do it tomorrow, because for now we have a match with Davis in the Colosseum. Wait, what? Davis from Series 2? This is a plot hole though. Like, Davis... Davis is supposed to have that age when the others are already older. What? Like, Series 2 has all the other cast members older because Davis is... whatever, it's very cool. I have a theory. None of them are the real characters, they're just role-playing all the time. And at last, in the gym we give Scratchy Grass to a Digimon and they digivolve into Renamon. Day 54. After giving the ingredients to Wizardmon, we have to wait one more day for the potion, and apparently Reina made it out of the cell, but nothing else happened. What am I supposed to do to continue into the plot? Where is the Dark Zone? Day 55! We receive the potion from Wizardmon. Then, back in the city, a Digimon digivolves because they are very pissed that we reached the floor number 40 in the Colosseum. With our potion, Metal Mamimon goes back to his senses. Even though the idiot accidentally spills some potion on Wamon, so Wamon becomes very excited as well and throws Metal Mamimon in orbit. And apparently, we hear the bells of a clock tower. Huh? A clock tower? Have we ever seen a clock tower in any region? It turns out Metal Mamimon ended up in the canyon, and in here apparently he broke a wall which accesses this clock tower. Clockmon in here says the clock tower is broken and there needs a battery, but not just any battery, a battery which can last for eternity. Do you guys have a battery which lasts for eternity? Let's go back to the Colosseum! On floor number 40, we unlock the little delicacy. Exclusive final battles with all the other members of the cast. Nico, Ahiko, Yuya, and Mirei. Each one of them possesses the Mega level form of their own Digimon. But our High Andromon is literally at the end of his life, and has stats so high that none of these battles are a problem to us. That's not it though, we even fight Takato, Takeru, Kari, and a bunch of other Megas such as Omegamon, Chaosmon, Apocarimon, which gives us another keychain so our inventory space increases even more. And I think for today we played enough in the Colosseum. While going to the storage, a Tokomon gives us a letter directed to Bancholeomon, wherever he may be. Where the hell could Bancholeomon be? Also, I don't remember if we did this today, but I forgot, so I'm gonna say today. A Digimon digivolved into Black Metal Greymon after we talked to them. Easy. That's not it for the storage though. Another one wanted to see Full Moon Clothes, an item we obtained by defeating Nico in the Colosseum. By just watching that, they're able to digivolve into Mirage Gaugamon, and we can jump into day 56. Our High Andromon dies, and we can welcome Pabumon into the team. You know what time it is? New Digimon means new training and new possibilities. First of all, we receive a mail from Davis which wants a rematch in the Colosseum, but first we have to train a lot. Day 57 we become Hagurumon again. God damn it! Alright. I'm gonna use the Mithril Coat, another Digivolution item I have, to turn Hagurumon into Garurumon. Now, not only in the storage room we can show our Garurumon to a Digimon which turns into Ice Agumon, but also, there is something else I want to try. In Days of Volcano, there is a Lilamon which cannot talk because it's too hot, and we have a Ice-type Digimon with us. Yes, it works! We can use a water move to heal them! Apparently this Lilamon was a famous chef, and after having a talk with Bloomeramon, remember Bloomeramon? This is where he went. They both joined the city. Does this mean more food in the restaurant, which means our training is gonna become even more efficient? Let's keep that in mind. And also there is Bancholeomon in here. We delivered the letter Tokomon gave to us, and he's ready to help the city now. Back at home, we start training again, and there is a thing I want to put your attention on. In the Digimail where Lilamon joins the city, she actually says she and her boyfriend came back to the city. I love these little touches. I think this is the first canon relationship of the game. Am I incorrect? I don't know, but what I know is that we are on day 58. In the morning, I remembered that I never checked the shop Tyrannomon opened in the train garage. Alright, Tyrannomon de-digivolved from Rust Tyrannomon because he was too weak. He sells some stat boost items, but nothing too special. But then, while looking around... Oh, that's how you enter into the Dark Zone. Now, Wormmon wakes up and he's very scared. I mean, okay, we are literally in what's the equivalent of hell, if I understood correctly, but nothing a little Digivolution can't fix. Now that he's a Stingmon, he's afraid of nothing, and he's able to pilot the tram in and out of the Dark Zone. So, is anyone gonna explain why a tram is able to enter hell? Back to training, day 59. Even more training, also Takato and Guillemon want a rematch. Even more training, day 60. In Powdery Cliffs, there is a Black Gatomon which wants a rose which is currently frozen in the ice, and I thought, wait, I have a fire move. What happens if I use a fire move? Is the ice gonna melt, or I am just gonna destroy the rose? Damn it. To be fair, that was 10,000 IQ right there. If fire cannot be used in here, maybe it can be used in the Sunken Capital to take the Anemone. Ah, finally, the Anemone gets shrunk and Impmon finally joins the city. Back at home, we get a beautiful surprise because Garurumon digivolves into Where Garurumon, and then we go again for Boltmon quest, searching for the thief. And apparently the thief was on the last corridor before Bonkino Volcano. It was a Piximon which joins the city, and Boltmon does not join. Ah, okay, Boltmon is gonna stay in here as a bodyguard, whatever. Day 61! I gotta be honest, I am not really sure what I'm supposed to do to continue, because I tried exploring the Dark Zone, where by the way time does not pass, but there seems to be nothing, and no one is sending me mails to tell me what to do. Do I just have to wait? And that's why back at the Colosseum, I do a couple of tournaments to relax a little bit, and we also do the rematch with Davis, which is not able to win at all, because come on, let's be real. After the fight, once again, Marcus Damon interrupts everything and wants a rematch. He tries once again to fight us with fists, but the receptionist stops him. Come on. Now, relax, because after the battle, there is my favorite scene of the whole game. So, after we win, Marcus tries once again to fight us with fists. The receptionist tries to stop him, and Marcus punches the receptionist. But that's not over, wait, because it becomes epic now. After doing that, he finds a Digisoul, which I have no idea what that is, maybe it's something from Data Squad or something, and his Agumon digivolves into Geogreymon and he refights us immediately! This is both the funniest and most epic moment of all time, despite me not knowing at all who is Marcus Damon. Day 62! Finally I understood why I was having trouble about what to do. We had to talk to Ophanimon after Rina said she escaped, because at that point, Rina meets with the others, even though she already knew Nico apparently because she beat him multiple times in the Colosseum. World building, see? I love it. Now that Rina is with us, we can go to the Dark Zone and search for Belphemon. But no one knows where the entrance to the Dark Zone may be. Except me, because I am an idiot. Here we are once again! Chaosmon says Belphemon is in the northwest part, so we start running. And running. And running. I don't really understand why this section takes so long to reach Belphemon. Overall, it lasted around 1 minute. A full minute, I mean, going and returning. A full minute of just running. Just to reach Belphemon. Very fun, very fun. There it is! Oh, I love that they make them bigger for this game. Because in Next Order, they always seemed very chibi, if it makes sense. They were very small in Next Order. They didn't really seem like demons. But unfortunately, he seems to be impossible to be waken up. But if there is a thing I learned in these hours, is that this game will always surprise me. So, Lily arrives in here because she wants to get Belphemon as her partner and kicks him in the balls. I don't know why, but suddenly deciding to have a collaboration between Tekken and Digimon is the best idea ever in the universe. After a resistance battle, Lily has a fantastic idea. She kicks him again. What is wrong with you? And Belphemon transforms in the fully awakened mode. This is the 4th Demon Lord, and prepares to strike the strongest lightning of his life against Lily. At the last second, Arena enters in the middle and guards Lily. Arena dies. I have no idea how confused I was in this moment. Like, up to now, Lily seemed eccentric and, I don't know, a little bit exaggerated sometimes, but still an honorable rival which wanted to become stronger, was genuinely interested into fighting, etc. But now Rina took a lightning strike for Lily, and her reaction is like blabbering about thanking her once they got in heavens, with the coldest tone I've ever heard. I don't know, this really felt weird. I think they wanted to make it comical because Rina did not actually die, but I was not laughing. I was like, Lily, what the fuck are you on about? She almost died for you! But in any case, Rina has her Digivice charged with Belphemon power, so now we can go back. Even though it seems villains are well aware of our plans. Did they already take a countermeasure for it? Back at the Colosseum, we are ready to fight against Lilithmon, which gets tamed by Lily. Okay, no, not really, but Lily pretends she's like giving orders to Lilithmon during the battle, but it doesn't really work like that. I see what they are doing though. They are turning Lily into a more antagonistic and megalomaniac character. I don't know her personality from Tekken, so maybe you're gonna be able to correct me, but this seems to me the direction they're taking. But we still beat Lilith, and Vimon digivolves into Vidramon. And everyone leaves the room, not realizing that there is the Digivolution item to Lilithmon on the ground. With that, Lily's gonna dominate the Colosseum. And I am an idiot. While editing, I realized that they gave Lily a Digimon called Lilithmon. I love Digimon. Oh, she even sent us a mail about that. Alright, I'm gonna come for you later. The next floor is a prison where they are torturing Digimons, and you can even hear the screams echoing in the corridors if you pay attention. Terrible. All cells seem to be locked. We may need someone who is able to deal with, bolts. I wonder which Digimon can deal with Bolt. On the next floor is where stuff starts to get serious. I mean, more serious than a prison where they torture Digimons. There are Beelzemon and Barbamon which are fighting against each other, and our power is not able to make the slightest change in the outcome. We need help from someone else. Who knows? Maybe in the prison someone can help us? Alright, so we have to find someone which can deal with bolts. Come on guys, you still did not realize it's Boltmon? With his help we can open the cells and... Lucemon! No! Lucemon wakes up and wants to tell Barbamon it was not very polite to torture them, so he's gently gonna tell it to them, right? Also, in the other doors there are Digivolution items to different Digimons, which automatically means every other Digimon present in this prison died. Woof, wow, stuff is becoming dark very quickly. What's gonna happen in the battle between Barbamon and Beelzemon? That Lucemon fall down mode arrives. He is ready to unleash all of his rage. And while Barbamon escapes, Lucemon kills Beelzemon. Arena is able to absorb Beelzemon power, but there is something wrong. She now cannot move anymore. Is this related to that program she said she installed in the past? If she's not able to move, we have to use her Digivice to take the power from the last Demon Lord available in the Dark Zone, Leviamon. But not before some training. Day 63! And some more training, but then we go to the Dark Zone. And there it is! The 5th Demon Lord, Leviamon! Oh! Finally! Leviamon has a very big size. Oh, you know, I was kinda pissed when in the next order he was literally just a little crocodile. He didn't seem a demon at all. To give us his power, he first wants to eat. He wants to eat Binary Elixir, a potion made with some very rare stuff, including 2 chain melons. And we only have one because, I may have sold all the other ones because I never thought I would have needed them. So, how do you get chain melons? For the time being, let's just do some more recruitments, okay? Back in the canyon, we have Solarmon, which joins immediately, and then Garurumon, which finally, after we recruited all the other Digimons in the canyon, decides it's time for us to take the place in our hands. We are now the protector of the canyon. And then some more training. Day 64! After all these days, it's finally time for the next Mega to enter into our arsenal, where Garurumon digivolves into Metal Garurumon. So, we need a chain melon, and as far as I'm aware, we don't know currently where to get them consistently. Like, we got a couple of them as a reward from some story battles, but there is not a renewable source of them. So, my plan is to go through zones. I explored less in the past, to see if some recruitable Digimons from there maybe have a shop which sells chain melons, or I don't know, they give you the chain melon as a gift after you recruit them or something. And we start from the Fluorescent Cave, where Platinum Numemon apparently was kicked out of his mansion because someone already lived in there. Yes, Monzemon. Someone else? Apparently yes, there was a Myotismon in here. Was this even the Monzemon home in the first place? No, I guess what happens is, Monzemon leaves it, Myotismon comes in, and then Platinum Numemon tries to enter. Whatever, we kill Myotismon, and now Platinum Numemon can settle in here, and he's a card collector apparently. He's able to exchange stuff in exchange for cards. And completely randomly, he sells chain melons. I swear, I had no idea, but I'm gonna take this luck very, very gladly, and we can now give away some cards to take our chain melon to make the binary elixir. More Colosseum time! You wanna know what's funny? On the floor number 40, there is the Myotismon we just threw away from the cave house. I swear, this game is fantastic. And then we fight in sequence Takato, Davis, and Marcus Damon, which once again has, again, a two-phase battle. I really appreciate they created this secondary level of difficulty by having 2 battles one after the other. You cannot heal in between, so you have to have your Digimon ready for the occasion. And then there is Lily, the bastard which almost single-handedly caused the death of Rina. She is together with Sebastian, Seraphimon, and Lilithmon. Heaven and hell. But I don't give a damn about both of them. We still win. And the reward is... that she acknowledges us as rivals. Screw you! More training! Day 65! We now have in our hands the stupid binary elixir, which means Leviamon gives us his own power. Even though someone is lurking in the darkness again, it's clear. Whatever is happening, it's not good. Back at the Colosseum, we should be ready to take on the final challenge, Barbamon. But our little funny demon had one last resort up his sleeve, one final protection before reaching the final floor. Turning on the elevator requires to activate 4 buttons on the floor at the same time. Rina and us have to fight Barbamon. We cannot waste our resources in here, and regardless, Rina is still not feeling fully well. Which means it is time for the others to shine. Yes, you know what's coming. You control each one of the characters, one after the other, and they all have one special boss to kill. You can't comprehend how much I was hyped to finally play as the bastard kid which ruined our life! Being able to control in a battle the Digimon you see from the beginning of the game! Oh yeah, and also Nico and Akiho were here or something. It is still Blackwork Greymon! You can even feel their different power level. Like, with Akiho and Nico, we mostly had to play the game. What I mean is we had to use items to decide when to defend, when to attack, etc. Yuya, boom. And the Battle of Mirai was mostly unbalanced because, you know, she was playing Digimon World Next Order at that time. Thanks to the help of all our friends, we can reach the final floor. And Barbamon reveals it. There is a reason Rina has been feeling very bad every single time we collected some demon power. There is a reason Barbamon was torturing Lucemon in the cells. And more simply, there is a reason Barbamon never stopped us in the process. All the demon power we collected was slowly being drained. Remember, we installed an application on Rina's phone because of Ogremon. Barbamon has been pulling the strings all along. All the drained power is gonna go inside of Lucemon fall down mode. With enough power, in fact, Lucemon is able to transform into the final Demon Lord. Lucemon Satan mode. Barbamon has won. At any moment, Lucemon is gonna transform. What does a megalomaniac who wants to conquer the world do at this point? He fights us. Not because he needs to do everything, no. He already won. He just wants to have some fun before Lucemon transforms. Do you comprehend how sadistic this bastard is? He doesn't need to stop us, because in his mind, he already won. Lucemon is gonna transform soon, and he is gonna destroy the world. But before doing that, he still wants to make us suffer a little bit more. Well, not today, of course, because Vidramon, after digivolving into Ulforce Vidramon, with the aid of our Metal Garurumon, is able to win. It's not a real victory, because at this point Barbamon can just transform Lucemon. There is something wrong though. Lucemon is still not transformed, and now there is something I did not like. Now Barbamon is finally ready to use all the energy he obtained because he tricked us that got tricked by Ogremon. But wait, there is more! It's revealed that another Demon Lord, Demon, the last Demon Lord, actually tricked Barbamon who tricked us that got tricked by Ogremon! Yeah, I call bullshit. I don't know, this part really feels like they wanted to give an extra plot twist, something unnecessary, like, wow, actually, Barbamon, the true mastermind who tricked us, was actually tricked as well. Wow, that's insane. And to do what? Demon steals the energy from Barbamon and does the exact same plan, except he kills Barbamon. Wow! But there is time for one more hero in the story. The Digimon which has never been brainwashed to do what he did, and the one which can choose on his own volition to change his mind. Ogremon arrives and wants to protect Rina. By sheer willpower, he is able to first digivolve into Digitamamon, and then Mega Digivolve into Titamon. I love this, because I overthink a lot, and in my mind, they did this as a final tribute to Digimon World 1. Let me explain. As I said, Ogremon was the one Digimon of Digimon World 1 which had the hardest conversion of them all. You have to fight him like 3 times before he finally decides you are right and there is a chance to save the city, there is hope, and he actually becomes a citizen that patrols the city. And that's not over, because they combined Ogremon with the one Digimon that it's only available after you defeat Machine Dramon in the first game, so technically the last Digimon of the game itself. Digitamamon. Making Digitamamon digivolve into a Mega form, to me, felt like giving a final upgrade to Digimon World 1 and a final tribute to the past. Titamon is able to give us a great help against the first phase of the final boss, Lucemon Fall Down mode. Yes, Lucemon still does not have enough power to become Satan mode. We are gonna be the last sacrifice he needs. Or maybe not today. But even if miraculously we're able to defeat Fall Down mode, it still doesn't matter anything, because the transformation is irreversible. Also, if I recall correctly, Demon dies in this exact moment, so it doesn't actually fucking matter! But here we are. Titamon is fainted, Rina has no more strength, and Lucemon Satan mode is unleashed, ready to kill us. We are the last bastion that can protect all humanity or die with it. Final battle. And let me be real, this was the hardest battle in all the 3 Digimon World games combined. As I told you, I consider a battle difficult if it requires me to use items or to give special orders, etc. And I am gonna be honest, I was not able to stop giving orders or throwing items for 20 Minutes! Almost every single move of Lusmon completely nullifies any possible healing we can give, even if we are guarding. The special move, which he triggers multiple times, and it's so gorgeous to look at, is basically a giant nuke which requires us to use items. And all things considered, they really made you understand that this Digimon was able to wipe out the whole humanity. There was also something magical about the fact that Lusmon Satan mode was not manipulated or mind-controlled or anything. No, that's just the true nature of Satan mode. Also, if I understood correctly, you should technically not even be able to defeat Lusmon Satan mode in the lore of the game because of Gehenna, the giant ball he holds, which can absorb all the attacks. And it's even said that when Lusmon takes this form, the world is gonna end, but of course no! We use the power of friendship and the combined force of will of every single person which accompanied us in this journey to finally defeat the bastard after over 20 minutes. And the one to deal the finishing blow was the one who really deserved it.
ならどうだ
Not being able to stay in that form any longer, thank God, Lusmon thanks us for freeing him from the evil chains of Barbamon and goes back to heaven. It's really over. Everyone arrives. They congratulate with us, and we can prepare, once and for all, the Digitize program. It was time to say goodbye to the digital world. I mean, it's not really a true goodbye, because we can still play the online multiplayer game, but it's gonna feel different. But surely, all the memories we created in here, the times we were the most vulnerable, all of that is not gonna disappear once we return back to the real world. Even though Mirai will not be able to go back to the real world. She has nobody in there. And finally, Dr. Petrov has the realization, by looking very closely, that's the person which got sucked in the portal in the intro! Someone give a medal to Dr. Petrov, he only required the ending of the game to realize that! But for the first time since the moment she was thrown into the digital world, she can finally perceive an emotion. Maybe it's because of our aptitude? We will never know. But for sure, our meeting was something she will never forget. And so, that's the main story of Digitize Decode. No worries, we are not done, we still have to recruit a lot of Digimons. But maybe it's not over. No, it's actually over. Alright, back in our game! Differently from Digimon World 1 and Digimon World Next Order, in here you do not actually beat the final boss. What I mean is, we are not coming back into the digital world afterwards because of some other threat or something. No. Apparently everything was just a vision of Ophanimon or something. But we unlocked a new arena. And also, Tai Kamiya wants to fight again. Is it finally time for who I'm thinking about? Welcome into the Heavenly Arena. Here are the potentially hardest battles of the whole game. Trainers specialized in each element, and a couple of other challenges such as, you know, Tai and Yamato at the same time. One of my favorite Digimons of all time, one of the best designs Digimon has ever made in their whole lifespan, Omegamon joins the battle. We are weak and useless. What? What is the damage? How am I even supposed to be able to defeat this? Yep, the game is not holding its strings anymore. We already won the game, therefore every single challenge from now on is gonna be as punitive as possible. By trying the fire battle though, the element we have the upper hand on because we have Metal Garurumon, which is water, something was clear. The real problem is gonna be MP. These enemies are able to deal tremendous damage to your MP, and there is only one MP restoring item in the item list you are given. Despite that, we are still able to win against the fire element, which was Phoenixmon, and we get Ancient Volcano. You cannot say that this is not the greatest game ever. Then, since our Metal Garurumon is also Machine, we can fight the Combat Digimon, because Machine is powerful on combat, and we have, you know, Digidimension V2. But I think for now it's enough in there. There is gonna be time with the next generation to try to complete all the challenges. For now, let's go back to recruitments. We find the trainer Candlemon talked about, the one who needs absolutely to go back to the Colosseum. And he loses, of course, come on, we have a Metal Garurumon. We explain that we are trapped in the game, and if he does not come back to the Colosseum, he's gonna end up in the same fate. And, you know, in here I finally wondered something which I don't know why for the whole gameplay just slipped through my mind. Couldn't you, like, contact the police or something? Or, you know, Gigo Company, maybe try to contact our families, say something? Why? No one, since the start of the game, thought about contacting, I don't know, Gigo Company. Yuya is the literal son of the Gigo Company CEO. Maybe they could have done something. But actually, they are not able to do anything from the outside. Okay, but tell me, make me understand they cannot do anything. But no, let's go to Mount Infinity. Oh no, Mount Infinity. I just remember the part which is in here. I am gonna explain why later, but for now we just go through some filler floors, some floors with questions, such as, I don't know, how many paw prints are present on Digimon stuff, or Yuya's partner's name is Blackie. And you know why this is funny? Because, no, it's not Blackie, it's Black. But while this is false, in Next Order, a Black Agumon, which later on turns into Black War Greymon, is called Blackie. I almost made a mistake in here because I played Next Order. There are even some Ghost Leg floors, which are quite funny, honestly. You have to do the same minigame you do in normal Ghost Leg. And on floor 20, we reach War Greymon X-antibody waiting for us, wanting to battle. Decently difficult battle. The real problem is that we both exhausted our MP. Like, we arrived to a point where we needed... Because in Mount Infinity you cannot bring the items from the outside, and I did not have anything to restore MP, so it was more a battle of... fatigue. We still win, and we can proceed. There is even a little checkpoint room where we can, like, rest or buy some items. I am gonna buy a lot of MP restoring items, of course. But since it's late, we go to sleep. And remember, days do not pass in here because they are not counted in the outside, so it's still day EX in our mind, okay? Also, we obtained something from War Greymon X-antibody called Courage Piece. No. Don't tell me. Can we get our own X-antibody Digimon? We will check later, because for now we have even more puzzles with even more new mechanics, such as, I don't know, falling blocks or, On floor 30 we fight Examon. Yes, if it wasn't clear, every 10th floor there is gonna be a new mini-boss to fight. And in here I was unfortunately starting to realize the true nature of this dungeon. But oh, there is gonna be time to talk about it later. For now, we exit from here, and the Courage Piece gets converted into a Digivolution item for X-antibody. And it was given to us from War Greymon. I think you know what the next Digimon I want to have is gonna be. Day 66! I think we can continue recruiting Digimons. Where the hell do I go? Yeah, not following guides, we reached the point I was very scared of. The point where I don't really know where to go, and there are so little quests still open that I have to go completely randomly. I remember, for example, in Ancient Bone Swamp, there were a couple of Digimons which needed help on the Cherrymon Blossom Tree. Manyangemon gets notified about where Lucemon went, and he teleports away to try to find a way to help him, and tells us we need to get a decoder, whatever that means. But hey, at least we found a new quest. And then there is Deramon, which wants to fly, but fails miserably. I think this is gonna be similar to the Anemone. We have to use some skills on Deramon, such as, I don't know, wing shoes. But our Metal Garurumon cannot use wing shoes, so we will do that later. Back to Powdery Cliffs. Black Gatomon asks help with another flower, and while the idea of using Digi Dimension on the flower seems very funny, let's try to wait. And wait. And wait. And we wait like 4 hours total, if I counted correctly. But now, finally, the flower melts on his own, and Black Gatomon joins the city in the restaurant. Mojamon has Vaidmon near him, which is not able to talk, and his vocal translation system is somewhere here, and apparently it glows in the dark, which means we are gonna come back later to find the device to communicate with Vaidmon. Training time! I mean, Metal Garurumon is almost at the end of its lifespan, but training time! At night, we can go back to the Powdery Cliffs, collect the device, and he's able to talk to us and gives us a Vadertron battery? We will go back to that later. But he does not join the city. He apparently opens a shop in the sea tanker, and he doesn't sell really anything special, but he's a renewable source of Digivolution items. Day 67! I think I know a place where this battery may go. A battery that apparently can last virtually infinitely. Do we remember a place where there is something broken or something which needs a battery? What? Blackware Garurumons are trying to steal the place from me? And we fight 2 of them? 2 Digimons which have special dialogues and want to conquer the for now, let's reach the clock tower. Later, maybe we come back to these. Clockmon says some enigmatic phrases. With this battery, he is able to send us back in time, in places we were not present into, which translated means you can live some side events of your other characters while you are not actually there, but your partner is. But for the majority, they are kinda underwhelming, so I'm gonna synthesize them, okay? Starting from peak. Playing as Nico. Nico is in Fluorescent Cave and he wants to deal with a powerful mega level that appeared in there and... Wait, don't tell me that a mega level Digimon in the Fluorescent Cave. It's Platinum Numemon. This was like bullying a child. Oh wait, we already did. The quest is over and we get a larva decoder. If used against Lucemon in a fight, it can save his soul? What? Let's do the other stories. Akiho. She helps Digimon who are having troubles, and yeah, there is this Digimon which is actually evil despite saying he was bullied in the village, so we give food to them, they mega digivolve, and we destroy them, and the dream is over. Not that interesting, nothing new to add to the character. It was already clear that she cared a lot about Digimons. I don't know, this was kinda unnecessary. What is instead necessary, gameplay-wise, is Yuya's story. I don't know if they realized what they did in here, but basically, let me explain to you. When you enter in these events, the timer gets deactivated, and you spend no time in the game to be able to enter in here. Now, Yuya's story wants him to defeat all the enemies of the area of Binary Castle, to then defeat a final mini-boss where they also drop some cheap items and other stuff. Okay, there is a problem. Every single Digimon in these zones drops a lot of bits. So you're telling me this repeatable mission, because yes, you can repeat the side quests multiple times, which requires literally 0 hours, awards you with over like 30,000 bits with each execution. Do you know what is efficiency? It is how much you can perform in a certain amount of time. If the time is 0, the efficiency is infinite! After beating the game, we finally have our farming spot for bits. Mirai's story instead is her researching a weird shooting star, apparently even before we enter the digital world. But it's not too important, no. The only things I'm gonna keep from these side events are Nico beating the crap out of Platinum Numemon and the Beats farm, which we are gonna reuse multiple times. Now, do you remember the Blackware Garurumons? Let's go back in there. There are 2 more, and each one of them drops a weird dark fragment. If you bring all these fragments in the Stella zone, Warumonzemon gets rematerialized. Are you ready? The Odyssey begins. Warumonzemon fights us. We easily win. The Blackware Garurumons understand that maybe Warumonzemon is not actually their leader and they want to follow us. They join the city, but Warumonzemon wants to attack the city itself. From this moment, Blackware Garurumon is gonna tell you multiple locations where Warumonzemon goes. You have to go in that location, fight him, he teleports away, and you have to go to another location. And I'm not saying like 1 location or 2 locations. No, there are like 7 different locations. The only thing which makes me like this quest more is that it's not like every time you beat you have to wait like 1 day and then you can fight him again. No, you can just do all of them in a sequence, and that's what I do. After fighting you 7 times, he realizes he's not able to beat you, and opens a shop in the train garage. What I love of this quest is that he doesn't just become a good guy because he got beaten up by us. No. He says it himself, he's still evil, but there is some solidarity with us. Oh, it's a concept that I also liked in Digimon World 1. Some Digimons have just as a nature to be evil. Not everyone can be redeemed. Varu Monzemon, which literally means evil Monzemon, cannot just become a good guy all of a sudden. He respects us, nothing more, and we're gonna just buy and sell stuff with him. Day 68! I once again don't know what to do. Well, actually, we have the decode larva now. Let's redo the final boss! It's still a pain and it still lasts like 15 minutes. But yeah, we used the item and... it didn't work. Nothing else happened. Manyangemon, which now is a Seraphimon, doesn't even send us new emails. So, day 69! Alright, we have to search the Digimons we missed. In the Sewer Mage we find the Garbagemon, which joins the city after we feed him some garbage. Wow, you feed garbage to Garbagemon and he joins. Can I say I love the design of Garbagemon? He has always been very interesting, I love the pink stuff mostly. Then I re-went through all the Digimons in the city to see if other Digimons can Digivolve. And while there is a Yuvamon which wants to see cannons on our Digimon, we don't have them because they don't want actually built-in cannons, they want an accessory item for cannons, which we don't have. And at night, a Pabumon digivolves into Sakuyamon, and a Poyamon digivolves in High Andromon after we show him the semi-finished parts, which is an item we obtained from, I think, Vaidmon. Day 70! This is maybe the saddest part. I told you, for example, in the battle against Wargreymon X-antibody, it was mostly even. Well, you know what's the problem? Our Digimon is already at the end of their lifespan. We cannot become stronger than these. And of course, going above with the floors, everything becomes much harder. What I'm saying is, I tried multiple times on this day to continue through Mount Infinity, but this is the end. This is as far as the power of Metal Garurumon can bring us. So long, Metal Garurumon. You were truly the greatest. And welcome, Botamon. Day 71! Well, you know what happens now? All the way until the Mega Digivolution, we're gonna just spend time training. I don't care if it's gonna be overtraining, I don't care if I'm wasting days, we need the most powerful Digimon we have ever created. And finally, on day 80, there it is, my Gallantmon. You see, during the course of all these other days, we accumulated the chips. Chips are stat boost items. They increase the stats of your Digimon completely free. And, we have quite a few. Mwah. Perfection. It amazes me that even after using all of those, we are still not even halfway there to 9,999 stats. But hey, it's back to Mount Infinity time! And now we steamroll the floor with the enemies, all the way until floor 60. And yes, I just literally skipped like 30 floors in Mount Infinity. Do you know why? Because it doesn't matter! That's my biggest problem with this dungeon. There is no variety in what you do. There are like 3 different types of rooms. There are the question rooms, there are the little puzzle room where you have to go in certain directions, there are the kill all the enemies floors, and then you go through pre-made dungeons all the way every single time, having a checkpoint only every 10 floors. The items you collect can mostly not be brought outside, and those which can be brought outside are meaningless. Like, there is no incentive to play this dungeon. I don't know. How, if you played the game, probably you didn't, because, come on, let's be real. It's Digimon, and it's a Japanese game which just barely got a fan-made translation. I am sure like 10 people in the audience played this, but Like, do you like this dungeon? Is it just my problem? Okay, the dungeon technically finished at day 12. You choose to continue going through the dungeon. You already know how I think about this. If something is in the game, even if it is optional, it doesn't mean it can be bad. Otherwise, we can make just the main story good, all the rest can be crap, right? Because it's optional. Come on! Sorry. Day 81! I am not gonna joke when I said that to reach floor 100, because yes, this dungeon has 100 floors, but not 100 floors, like 100 main floors. Each floor has multiple rooms you have to go across, which required over 5 hours total. The same boring rooms, never changing, no personality, nothing. What awaits us on floor 100 is another Yggdrasil! Wow! Not even an exclusive final boss, we are just recycling the boss fight! But hey, at least this time, we don't have Yuya on our side. We have Alphamon. And here we reconnect again to the movie of X Evolution. In there, the Dorumon which digivolved into Dorogreymon does not turn into Dexmon. He turns into Alphamon, the 13th Royal Knight, and fights against Dexmon, the evil part, the part he could have become if he didn't have the solidarity and the friendship of his little Tokomon. Redigitize Decode basically showed us the other story, the universe in which Dorumon instead becomes evil, the universe where Yggdrasil plan to create Dexmon actually succeeds immediately. And after killing Yggdrasil 2 with the help of Alphamon, the timing couldn't have been better, because there is a prize on the ground, but our Gallantmon collapses, because yeah, that can happen in this dimension. The dungeon is not marked as completed because we did not finish the floor. God damn it! We will redo that later, okay? For now we do all the available Colosseum battles, except battles we cannot do because they maybe require a Roki, or they require a Water Digimon, or a Machine Digimon, you know what I mean? With that, we collect another good amount of chips for our Gallantmon, which means we can become even more strong. There is one more thing we obtain from a battle, the X Digivolution item to Gallantmon X-antibody. Yes! I love this Digimon, it's so detailed. Digimon has a lot of very cool designs that I think unfortunately get overlooked because, I don't know, it's not as famous of a brand as Pokemon or something. With this newly powered up Gallantmon X-antibody, we finish again Mount Infinity, and yes, we had to fight Yggdrasil again. My disappointment is still immense. The item we get, apparently, is able to immediately boost a stat of our Digimon at max level, except in the Colosseum. That's crazy? What? And now we have to find the last recruitments. I am not feeling confident at all. At least at night there is a Digimon which digivolves into Grapleomon, which gives us more prosperity, and a Coromon which feels blue? Understanding how to do this one was kinda difficult, because on one side I think I understood I had to use Wizardmon, because he has some potions with colors names for some reason. So on day 83 we get a potion, but no, the potion was incorrect, and so I tried with another potion which was actually the correct one, which was called like Hig potion on day 84 to help Coromon evolve into Ice Devimon, and I am saying this in this tone because it was the most random bullshit I have ever seen, and I'm gonna be honest, I think this was the worst telegraphed mission in the whole game. So anyways, I started collecting cards. Yes, I sold all my belongings to buy a lot of card packs, to get a lot of card set rewards, to get more chips to make Gallantmon even stronger. Or to sell more items to buy more packs to get more cards to have more cards in my collection. We did not complete 100% the collection, mostly because a lot of the cards we were missing were the highest rarity, which is like SS, which is pretty difficult to find, as you may understand. And then I focused on expanding the hotel. I have not clear how do you allow Nanimon to have more upgrades available, but I mostly thought if I bring more Digimons in the hotel and I don't know, satisfy their requests, maybe we're gonna get closer to the expansion. And then I spent the rest of the day farming money with our special method. Day 85! Unfortunately, this Digimon did probably the hardest challenges of the game. Gallantmon dies, and it's reborn. This is potentially the last Digimon we will have in the run, and it's gonna be the Blue Digi-Egg. For this, I have a special plan. We're gonna let them poop on the ground. At night, we even go to the Fluorescent Cave, and on day 86, during night, we find Bakemon in the Platinum Numemon house. Remember, Numemon said that the house was haunted. We beat them and they come to the city. Yes! Another Digimon for the city, and our little Digimon digivolves into Gomamon. This is not what I needed, but whatever, we have a lot of Digivolution items, so I don't really care. We get Centaurumon, which is able to use Wind Shoes, which means we can test what I thought about. Let's go to Deramon on the Cherry Tree, and we are finally able to make them fly using Wind Shoes, and they do not join the city? Where the fuck are the last Digimons I'm missing? Day 87! We are so close, we're almost at the end, and I am still wondering how am I gonna edit 4 hours of this shit, but Nanimon says the upgrade to the hotel is finally ready, and on day 88 we discover the most beautiful gimmick ever. So, after you poop on the ground, if you walk on the poop is gonna move. Yes, as I said in the Digimon World 1 video, this is the quality of my jokes. Poop jokes. Day 89! Our Centaurumon becomes Manyangemon, but we don't really care. Our Digimon now is not important anymore. If there are some Digimons to fight to be recruited, okay, but come on. There has never been a Digimon so difficult to recruit regardless. Day 90! I had a brainwave. Wait a second, what if in this game King Sukamon function is different from the normal function? You know, up to now I was pooping off the toilet to reach the max poop bar to maybe turn into Sukamon, but what if we can simplify the process? Ah! Wow, I mistreated my partner for no reason. Why did we want Sukamon? Because now we can collect the 20 filth items from the ground. If you have a Digimon which is not filth, I think you cannot collect them because your Digimon is gonna feel too much smell from the items. With these 20 filth items we go to Ikakumon, which joins the city too. We're almost on! Day 91, where the final upgrade to the hotel becomes available, but we require some blueprints. Some blueprints we can obtain only from Platinum Numemon, in exchange for a Mirage Gaugamon. But I mean, we opened so many card packs that we have like 5 Mirage Gaugamon at this point. That's it! With the blueprint, it's gonna require 3 days, but the hotel is gonna get expanded. So, day 92 passes, 93 passes, 94 arrives, and Nanimon tells us the room is over. Even though unfortunately before checking the prosperity in Digimon House, we have to go to sleep and arrive to day 95. That's it. We have 150 prosperity, the max prosperity of the game. Technically, we saw this in day 95, but poetically, we completed it in day 94. Shit bro, is that a fucking Frapollo 94 reference? Well, with 5 days still available to us, the challenge is over. The goals, the achievements I set for myself are all completed. And since that's the case, let me take these final moments to instead say a big giant thank you to all of you. Guys, you know, for a content creator, especially one which may be more vertical on certain games, it's always scary to bring something which is not your comfort zone, or the thing which is usually watched more in your videos, etc. I really want to send a big thank you to all of you which watched the video for allowing me to make a mini-series on Digimon World 1, Next Order and Decode. You have no idea how much happy you were able to make me by being able to play these games, even those I already played. Those feelings of nostalgia, being able to actually re-see the characters from my childhood, and then having new experiences with Decode. Which, in my opinion, and I'm gonna be very adamant about this, is the best Digimon game a new player to the franchise may actually play. Okay, Cyber Sleuth is okay, but I am from now on always gonna suggest Decode as their first game. So, is the miniseries over? Well, there are still other Digimon World games. They are not gonna be in the format of 100 days videos, but they are available. And there is also the new Time Stranger game, which is gonna come out soon. So, do you want to see those? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you liked the series, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you, guys. But in any case, for now, that's it. I was Frapolo94, and I will see you next time.